Find out. You're able to see the
Hopefully.
stream chat?
I'm looking right now. Hold on.
Chat? Oh.
I'm looking right now. Hold on. Yeah, the is it on?
Oh.
I'm looking right now. Hold on.
Okay.
The Red Spartan podcast.
I see you. I hear you. There it is. I think we're live. I think we did it.
Let's go.
We did something. Something happened. There we go.
Where is it? What channel is it on?
It's on Trax's channel. So it would be he's changed it from DaddyTrax Live to Red Spartan Podcast now. So twitch.tv/Red Spartan Podcast.
Sweet.
Yeah. Can you see your handsome self?
I'm pulling it out right now, bro.
All right. Kylie is here. Hi, Kylie. Welcome to the stream. We did it. We got here. We're here. Something happened.
I like the Canadian flag with the goose. That's great.
So, because that one time, because that one time I took over the last time, that one episode at least, I was photoshopping a bunch of I was taking a bunch of pictures and razzle-dazzling the live stream, if you will. And so I decided this time, like, of course, if I'm gonna do it, I'm just gonna bring something from that same razzle-dazzle live stream, and there you go. Like, that's the one thing I decided to bring over is that RealMistry, that weird looking goose over there.
That's great. I love it. I approve 100%.
Yeah.
Not that you need my approval.
We got Jimmy's seal of approval here. Sweet. We're getting somewhere, folks. We're getting somewhere. Oh, man.
Let's go.
All right. Let's push this button here. Get this going. I'm going to push this button here. And then, for good measure, let me know if you hear an echo right now. Do you hear an echo when you talk? I need you to talk.
Yeah, I do hear echo.
Okay, I'm gonna turn that off then. I turn that off.
Okay.
It's all good. It's all good.
What up, Kylie? What up? Stream Elements. That's not real.
That's definitely a person. Stream Elements is definitely a person.
Game Warrior, Silly Goose, Nessa.
Nessa's here. Kylie's here.
Kylie.
Game Warrior's here. Look at that. The squad's showing up slowly, one step at a time. One step at a time.
I'm excited.
I know, yeah. You can clearly see it on his face. He is so excited.
I've been wanting to do this again for a while.
Right.
Obviously, I just didn't want to talk about Halo all the time, but
that's okay. That's okay. We talk about cool stuff here too.
Yeah, no, I know, and I'm cool about talking about Halo tonight for sure, 100%.
Oh, I was telling you, bringing up that Morty army. Okay, all right, thank you.
Wait, why are you Morty?
Because when I get really excited on the podcast, they found that I sound like Morty from Rick and Morty, so thus I've been dubbed as Morty on the podcast.
Okay. I can see that. That's fair. That's fair. That's good. I have to watch Rick and Morty again. I haven't watched that in a while.
Funnily enough, I've only seen one episode of that show. One single episode.
I saw one like 10 years ago. I forget.
Did you? Yeah, no, the one
Loser Burger. Oh, Lost Burger. My bad.
The one episode that I saw, I don't know if you've probably seen it, is the Meeseeks episode.
Nah, I don't remember.
Okay,
I couldn't tell you, bro.
Okay, that was an episode that I had seen.
I do remember the voices, though. I will give you that.
Okay, great. So maybe at some point, you might. Wait,
did we start the podcast?
We haven't started the podcast as of yet. This is the little bit of banter just before we even.
Yeah.
See, I got it set up in a way where when you hear you'll hear the intro music, and then that's how you know we'll start the podcast.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, usually Trax lets some people kind of come in, so I'm just giving them a little bit of time to kind of just come in here.
I feel absolutely honored to be taking Trax's spot. I really do. I love the guy so much. I feel like I shouldn't be here. I feel like I shouldn't be here, but I am. It feels good. I feel good about it. Like I want to honor him tonight.
You want to honor Trax tonight? All right, okay.
Yeah. I think we all should honor him tonight.
All right. So what I think should we change your name to Trax then on the podcast here? Like
no, I can't do that.
No. So I have RealMistry, aka Morty. Should I put Jimmy Clue, aka Trax? What do you guys think? Do you guys think that's something we should do? Just to mess with Trax?
Trax is Trax though. I mean, I guess it is
Trax is Trax.
I guess it is messing with him.
Jimmy Trax. There you go. Jimmy Trax. That sounds like the episode title here. Like Jimmy Trax a real mystery. There you go.
Oh, that's funny. Jimmy Trax.
All right. Okay. Are we good to start? Let's start. Shall we start? I don't know how loud this is going to be. So bear your ears. You remember?
So, dude, I've been pounding metal all day, so.
Yeah, we definitely talked throughout the intro though. So, welcome to the intro music. Oh. I don't know if you can hear it. Can you hear it? This is weird.
Yeah, it's like some Mario like.
Oh, you get Mario out of this? Oh, come on! I get like boss battle music out of this.
I can see that too.
Yeah. Okay. So that's.
Well, that's why I get Mario on like the
what
the hell, that Game Boy.
You're having a Bowser battle, right?
Yeah.
You're fighting like Space Bowser. Could this be like some kind of like template music or something for what's it, Super Mario Galaxy?
Yeah, I agree with that.
There you go. Yeah, you could probably see that.
Wait, is that the new music?
That is the new music for this year, in fact.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I know
the other song got me all hyped up before, but I'm cool with this.
Oh, you feel like nice and chill listening to this? You don't feel as hyped up anymore?
Nah, I love it. I love it.
Oh, you love it.
Maybe it brought me back to as a kid, kind of. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So it's got that
playing Game Boy, like the Pokemon,
it's got that the retro feel. I got it.
Right.
Yeah,
but I'm just about to battle like a Pikachu or something like that.
I'll wait until you hear the outro music then.
Oh, really?
No. I like to make fun. I like to make jokes about the outro music sounding like very much like you're entering the Pokemon Center or something like that. Just.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get out of hand, hello everyone. Welcome to episode 70 of the Red Spot and Halo podcast. We are joined by the handsome and fabulous Jimmy Clue.
What up, guys? I'm glad to be back.
He's here, guys. He survived his escapades in the fourth dimension. It's insane. Yes. He's back.
Dude, I'm so honored to be here right now. You don't even know. I'm just so honored. I don't know if anybody else heard me, but I'm just absolutely honored right now.
He's honored. He's excited. He's got the biggest the biggest smile on his face right now. He's got the biggest smile on his face.
I'm so excited to be here. And it was a crazy ass day, and I'm excited to be here.
That's good.
What you got going on, bro? What's been going on with you?
What have I got going on? I got work going on this entire time. I've got work.
I put you on the spot.
You really did. That's okay. I've got so right now we are literally a couple of days before. I guess you guys call it spring break. Is that what you guys call it? Where you have where schools have 1 week off in the middle of March.
Yes, I thought it was Easter break.
Easter,
but I could be totally wrong.
For us, the Easter long weekend is in April.
I don't remember. I thought it was Easter break was spring break. But if there's another break now, I don't know.
Okay, well,
Okay,
well, over here we have what's called March break, and from what I've heard, it's equivalent to your guys' spring break. It's just 1 week off for the kids at school, and the parents have to babysit for a week and so on and so forth. And the only place that they like to go is, of course, the movie theaters. Because, you got to keep the kids quiet. You got to get them out of the house. And, we're still in the middle of winter, so we can't really do too much, can we?
Haven't you guys been on break, though, with the COVID lockdowns and shit?
Yeah.
Isn't that considered a break?
Yeah, no kidding, right? These kids have been on break for 6 months at a time.
I know, it's crazy. That's funny though. So it's been a little crazy for you then.
It is about to be crazy. This is the build up to that. Friday will be the official first day of it all, and yeah, things are gonna get insane for me, at least this upcoming week. So, yeah, Batman's been kicking my bum. A couple of weeks ago, I was saying Tom Holland is kicking my bum, and now I'm saying Batman's kicking my bum.
Well, I heard the Spider-Man did really well, and I'm hearing that Batman is pretty good too.
Yes, it seems to be doing. It seems to be doing very well. Some people are a little disappointed in the post-credit scene, or lack thereof. Spoilers, I suppose. But you know, it is what it is. We'll have to.
Wait, do you get to watch these movies for free?
I do have access to a pass. We are allowed to get, I think it's 2 passes a week, to allow us to actually watch a movie.
That's pretty sick.
It's a ticket plus 1. The only problem with the system is we have to ask for it in order to get it. I wish it was one of those automated systems or something, you know, like maybe attach it to our name tag or something that you can allow us to scan and be like, okay, well, here, you can use this, you know?
Do you get to watch the premiere?
So, interestingly enough, not with our pass. We're not allowed to use them for Disney movies that come out, especially in the first 3 weeks of it being released. We can't watch it. We can't use it at all. And DC's also kind of been hammering down on that as well. So Batman, we can't use our what's called a cast pass on it. But for the most part, we could use it on the other movies. It's just those big heavy hitters we're not allowed to use it on.
Okay. That's a little silly, but whatever.
It is a little silly. We've had that issue where people tried to sneak and use their cast passes for Avengers Endgame when it came out. And what the theaters decided to do is they just completely refunded all of those cast passes, and so those seats became available. And yeah, it was pretty insane. People were kind of scrambling around trying to get tickets for Avengers Endgame, which was the biggest movie of the year at the time.
It's a shame you didn't work when Lord of the Rings was in theaters.
I'm kind of curious as to what that would have been like. Yeah.
I wish I was able to see them in theaters, man. Oh, man.
Yeah,
we're like the original Star Wars.
Theaters, but yeah,
I agree with you there.
Yeah.
I did see The Hobbit 2 in theater. I'll give you that.
Yeah. I went to go watch which one's the second Hobbit movie? Desolation of Smaug?
Yes.
Yeah,
yep.
So I went to go watch that in the middle of an ice storm. So we got.
So you remember that one specifically,
I
right?
very much remember that one. We went into the theater with a perfectly fine car. We came out to a frozen car.
Nice.
How
long did it take you to get it up and running?
It was a good 45 minutes. We had to kind of break the ice around the door frame just to try to get into the car, and then turn on the car and start scraping off the windows. It was a whole thing, man. It was kind of thick too at the same time.
Jesus, that's freaking awesome though.
Yeah, that's one experience you can't ever forget, right? It was actually also the same day that I ended up getting my full G license, my full driver's license.
Nice.
So over here we have a G2, which is I think your guys' learner's permit. And then
when you're 16 or 17.
Yeah, you go through a written test, a written road test, right? And then after that, we do the practical, not the highway test. It's just just regular driving on the regular roads. And then the full G license is the whole highway test. Once you get your full G license, you can drive basically kind of anywhere in Canada.
Oh, cool. Real quick, before I forget, I have a fun fact with me and Trax.
Oh, okay.
Trax and I saw the original or the first Star Wars Phantom of the Menace, the reboot, I guess you want to call it, whatever. Not reboot, but we saw the Star Wars The Phantom Menace together in theaters, and it was the coolest thing. I still remember it with them. And during that time, we bought a Pokemon card pack, right? Mm-hmm. And I got a Shining Charizard. It was the craziest shit ever.
Really? You got yourself a shiny Charizard?
Yeah, and I don't know if he'll remember that. I'm sure he'll remember that, but we had a good time. We had fun as kids. So I just wanted to put that out there. Saw a lot of movies together, but I remember that one specifically because of the Shining Charizard.
All right. Yeah, you'll notice that there is the lack of absence of DaddyTrax's voice. I have decided to implement my plan B of taking over the podcast. I figured he left the headquarters open, and I decided to enact my plan, and someone else followed behind, and his name was Jimmy Clue.
Yeah, I'm here. I thought I wasn't gonna be able to because all the crazy shit going on right now, but I got it. I made it. We're here. I'm excited.
Did you wanna like elaborate on that, or should we just kind of?
It's just the last 4 weeks for me has been like, I'm 31, I think. Yeah, 31.
Oh my god! Fuck!
It's been the craziest last
WD-40 all the time now. You know, for your joints.
Dude, I know. Trust me, I know. It's been the craziest 4 weeks. Last 4 weeks of my life. I would say in a while, since maybe I was 24, 25. I got a new job. Actually, my nonprofit partner, he's stepping off for a little bit, but we got approved for a federal tax exemption. I totaled my car like 3 weeks ago or 2. I forget how long. Dude, the winter storms here are wild, bro. We're in a high elevated, and it's just like it's so different from East Coast. It's just I just haven't had a lot of shit going on. And also, too, getting played by women, but that's all other separate thing.
We're in the deets? The youngsters say...
I can give it deets.
The youngsters say, I think they call it, like, spilling the tea? Do you have the tea?
I know they love the women drama. I know they love the women drama in this chat. They don't give a shit about anything else, but when it comes to talking about fucking girls, they're all in this.
Oh, man.
No, it's just, dude, it's just been crazy, but... Things are starting to look up, and I'm happy, and I'm glad I'm here for Trax, filling in for them, and I'm looking forward to this podcast, bro.
Of course.
It's already here, though.
We're so excited to have you on for sure. What was I? Now I forgot what I was going to say.
That's all right. You're just asking me, elaborating on.
I was going to say, I apologize on what, in regards to what happened to your car. That really sucks.
My first accident, bro. That was the first time I ever totaled a car.
Oh my lord, that must have been absolutely stressful for you. At the
time. The funny part is, I live in a smaller city. It's like 40,000 people. Mm-hmm. They were totally out of rental cars for like 2 weeks. Okay. And I was like, what do we do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not going to do shit.
You gotta improvise,
right? Luckily, I had somebody like later on was able to drive me to work and shit like that because I just got this new job. But it's been fucking sick. Someone in the chat just said, "Give me her name and send me $5,000, Jim."
Wait, whoa! No! We are not doing that. I don't think he has the money to pay for that right now. Man's car is totaled. Did you not hear that part?
Yeah, I gotta use that to buy a new car, bro. I can't be sabotaging these women. These poor women. Oh my god. And then someone else has said it could be done for free.
He changed his price to $500.
$500. That sounds a lot better, actually. That sounds a lot better.
Is that within your price range?
Yeah, it's in a price range.
Okay.
Oh god. Nah, it's funny though because like I have like savings and I'm trying to use it to build this ranch, and I'm starting this ranch up in May, and I'm like, I do everything I can to protect my dreams. Like I'll pull back on everything if I have to. Like that comes first, no matter what. Even in my carless situation, like I have to make sure that I do this. You know what I mean? So
okay.
But like to me, a car, I don't have an emotional attachment to my car like some people do. So like I don't give a shit about my car. But
your car is just a tool to get you from point A to point B, right?
Correct.
Yeah, okay,
correct.
Right.
So
that's fair.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Well, I hope things get a little bit better for you in the upcoming weeks.
Oh, they will. I'm forcing it.
You're gonna force it to get better. Okay. All right. Yeah. So, I mean, we do have a Halo podcast, right?
Yeah. Let's talk.
Should we transition to
let's
Halo?
Talk.
Yeah. We've been getting complaints that we spend too much time talking about actual stuffs.
Silly.
All right, so we have actually one really, really cool topic that we definitely want to talk about, but I want to kind of just hit on, I guess, some of the Halo news, and I don't want to really go in too much depth in regards to what's going on in Halo news. We could probably save that for when Trax is when he's back, when he decides to come back to headquarters, or if I decide to not lock him out of headquarters, you know. So a couple things that kind of just came out. They announced Season 2 is going to be called Lone Wolves, and it's going to be launching in May 3rd for Halo Infinite.
So they're following like the Call of Duty and Battlefield like pretty much what they're doing in terms of the seasons.
Based on what they've said in the article, it very much seems like, yeah, that's something that they're kind of going down. You're going to see, like, story-themed elements, like cinematics and more events coming up that kind of revolve around what's going on in the Lone Wolves Season 2. And you're going to have Battle Pass items just like you do in Call of Duty. And it's all going to reflect the theme of hunting and tracking Spartans in Halo universe. Like, that's the kind of, or category of Spartans that they're kind of basing the Lone Wolves off of, hunting and tracking Spartans.
Interesting. Okay. I'm down with that.
Yeah, so they've actually shown like a couple of Spartans in that article, and they've also given a little bit of a tease as to how the fracture Spartan armor is going to look.
Oh shit. Okay.
If you remember correctly, the fracture armor is like that not really canon armor.
Yeah, yeah, and I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, no, you're good. Like I said, just as a FYI to people listening, I haven't played too much of Halo Infinite. I would like to get more into it. Okay. I just feel the more I was playing it, I was like, not that I wasn't feeling it. I just felt like it was a totally different game than what I'm used to, and I just have to get used to it. You know what I mean? It's not really like I'm like, oh my god, I hate Halo. You know, I just gotta get used to it. I just haven't had the time, really.
Know what? You bring up a good point. I mean, very early on, I definitely did. I do struggle quite a bit with Halo Infinite. I still do struggle with Halo Infinite quite a bit. But yeah, there is a little bit of a learning curve. Have you jumped into any of the settings at all for your controller, or I guess your mouse and keyboard or something?
So I jumped into the setting where I don't know how to, the interface when you have your gun. It shortens the gun so you have more room to see people. I did change that up.
Oh, I think what is the weapon offset or something like
that? Yeah. I forget what it was called. Okay. That way I could play better. Okay. Also, too, my thing is I transitioned into PC, so I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty. I'm not playing a lot of Call of Duty, but Kylie and we're playing Call of Duty a little bit, and I'm actually getting a lot better with PC in terms of like shooters. So I want to try to get better with Halo on PC. That way I don't have to switch back to controller. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's faster once you get the hang of it. I don't know if you're like familiar with PC gaming, but I feel like it's much faster.
Yeah, I'm not really too much into PC gaming, but I could imagine that if you're going from console to PC gaming, you kind of have to relearn everything.
Correct. Yeah. Right? That's pretty much.
That's the way I kind of see it.
But once you get it down, especially on the key, like the keyboard is just probably as hard as the mouse because there's no like tracking of shooting like there is on the console. Like I have to be very precise with my mouse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're literally pointing and clicking kind of thing. You don't get much aim assist, if you will.
Correct. And somebody in the chat just said Halo cannot be keyboard and mouse. I feel that. I miss my controller, but at the same time, like I'm staying with PC, so I'm trying not to go back to console. It's kind of weird, I know.
Plot twist. You know you can connect your mouse and keyboard to console, right?
I know. People give me shit for that all the time. But I kind of want, because I enjoy other PC games. Like I love the Total War series. I love the SimCity series. Like there's a lot of other PC games I really enjoy. So I want to stick with PC, and I've always been like that. I only played console because all the friends use console. Even though I was the first one not to use console, but it's whatever. I'll shut up. I don't know. Okay, it's like I could go on about this, but I don't fucking know.
You shot yourself down so fast.
I feel I'm getting shit. Everyone's giving me shit for the PC and the controller.
Leave him alone, okay? Stop it, folks. Stop it. Don't bully right. Jimmy. You don't bully Jimmy.
Yeah, I just came back, goddammit.
He just came back from the fourth dimension, for goodness sake.
Fourth dimension. I wish I was in a fourth dimension. Felt like fourth dimension. Holy shit.
So they also announced a couple other things that they also announced. They're bringing 2 more maps to the roster in regards
Just
to...
two?
Just 2! They're bringing...
What?
I know, yeah. An arena map called Catalyst and a big team battle map called Breaker. Those are the 2 maps that they're bringing in for Season 2. When it's launched.
Only 2? I don't understand that. Dude, Halo used to launch with like 20 maps. not 20. I forget how that many, but like every single
I would
Halo,
say like give or take like 5 or yeah. Well, sorry, yeah, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, they launched with quite a few maps, but then when they had DLCs, they had maybe 3 or 4 maps, coming in.
Interesting. It's weird, but is it because I was just say because they're doing the seasons now, but I don't know, man. That's a little funky. Did they fix the game up? Like in terms, I know they're having issues with online, right?
They are, yeah. They're still kind of working on a lot of that stuff. I think they had something called a hot list that they mentioned in the article, and those are things that they're going to just try to focus on. And those are specific things that are causing bigger problems on Halo Infinite. So that's their hot list, if you will,
right.
to kind of work on slowly. The other thing, the maps will be accompanied with a couple of new game modes. Last Spartan Standing, which is a free-for-all elimination mode. Land Grab, which they never really expanded on. It's just called Land Grab. Whatever it is. Good. And then it's also coming with King of the Hill.
Interesting. They should just call it a colonizer mode.
They're just
sounds messed up.
Territories. Like maybe that's what Land Grab is. Maybe Land Grab is just another version of territories. Like they changed SWAT to be Tactical Slayer now, so I guess territories should be Land Grab.
I like it, that Land Grab. All right.
You're all for it.
I'm down with that. Heck yeah. It's my inner colonizer in me from my past ancestors colonizing the U.S. Not joking. I'm gonna get so much shit for that.
Darn, man, you take the shovel out of Trax's hand and you give it to Jimmy, and this is what happens. Like, oh my lord!
But anyway, let's talk about the flood. Let's just change this subject.
We're getting to that. We're getting to that. Almost there. We're almost there. They delayed co-op campaign for a later release in season 2. It's not going to be coming. It's not coming with season 2's launch. They're delaying co-op.
But they didn't launch with that either.
No, they did
not. What are they doing, man?
They did not. And I mean, hey, there's no Forge either. Forge is announced for still on schedule for season 3 to be released.
I didn't realize that. Holy shit.
Yeah, they're working on season 3. They're working on Forge for season 3. They started flighting amongst small groups of community creators. So I mean, they're saying they're on schedule for that, but we'll have to see if they end up delaying that as well.
Real quick, I would love to play co-op with somebody. I don't know who it would be, but I would love to play through co-op Halo Infinite with somebody.
Yeah, I know it would be great to be able to play co-op.
Is it just 2? Obviously co-op, or can you have up to 4?
I mean, I don't know if they've officially announced that at all. I'm thinking it could be 4, but I'm also wondering if they're gonna do 4, how are they going to be changing the campaign to fit the 4 Spartans? Right. Are they going to make those bosses even stronger? Or, like, are they just going to boost the health and make them bullet sponges? I mean, there's a whole other, like, thing over there.
Well, let's just assume that they'll only do 2.
2 would be a very safe bet, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, co-op, that'd be obviously.
2 would be a very safe bet. Oh my god, there's some cool things that you could probably get away with with 4 players though. Just imagine getting like 4 Razorbacks with like a bunch of Marines on there.
Oh dude, that'd be so fun.
Oh my lord, yeah, and just driving around all of Zeta Halo and just annihilating everything in the way with.
That's the nostalgia with Halo for me. Has always been the Warhawk, like just jumping in with your buddy and just fucking shit up and.
Oh yeah, doing the crazy like flipping in the air 3,000 times and like landing it.
I had so many good times with people, especially Trax on that.
Yeah.
So many. Oh man. I could talk the stories. You go.
Oh, then give us a story then. What do you got? Just give us one story.
Real quick, did they say they're going to put like a coagulation back in Halo Infinite at all or not?
They haven't announced it, but I can't imagine them not putting like some kind of reimagining of sorts into it.
I hope they do something like that down the line. I know they're getting involved with all these seasons and shit, but I don't know. I just miss those type of maps where you can run around like that.
Yeah, you just want coagulation back. You want blood gulch.
I think especially with Halo 2 and 3, like big team battle, they like was some of the best multiplayer in any type of game.
Right. Yeah, this is true.
So
this is true.
I just miss all that,
Yeah.
And I don't even say Halo 3 too. I enjoyed Halo 3 as well, but
we've had, I mean, even the community game nights that we've had some really cool like big team battle moments, which is definitely a lot of fun when we play together. There's a lot of yelling and screaming, but that's what we do.
Well, I heard it doing a community night this weekend with the old Halos.
This is true.
Buy it on PC.
Yep. Kylie is going to be hosting that one, the community game night, doing a throwback to Halo 2 and Halo 3 on MCC. So hey, this is your warning, guys. Get MCC up and running again. If you got it up and running last week for Halo Reach. Then you just need to download a couple more games, assuming you only did Halo Reach. You tried to make it for the last community game night.
Yeah, my mic was messed up.
Yeah, it sounded like you were in a wind tunnel, buddy.
Dude, I was so mad. If I'm gonna be in a community night, I want to be able to talk and hear people appropriately. Right. You know what I mean?
That's fair. That's fair.
It's like I feel like a dumbass when I'm just like I can't talk or anything. And I don't want to ruin it with my wind tunnel mic,
That's the joke that I can only come up with at that particular moment.
Nah, it's okay. I'm not gonna ruin the game night because my shit.
You're just
But I got my mic set up now to the point where it's working. And I don't know what me and Kylie worked on. I don't know what the hell we did, but it worked. But we're good.
Kylie, our queen, our Lord and Savior, had saved our podcast single-handedly.
Much credit to Kylie.
That is true. That is true. Kylie is a huge aspect beyond getting all this all set up as well. So, yeah, huge shout out to Kylie for that. Please.
Send her gifts, rain and gifts for her, so she deserves it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, IT support Kylie over here. Did you turn it on and off again? Was that one of her things that she tried?
I went way off track, bro. I'm sorry. We're supposed to talk about Halo, but my bad.
Listen, it's my job to reel it back in, okay?
No, it's funny. I have on the side the article he sent me earlier, and this guy looks so badass. I never seen that Spartan look like this. He looks like a stormtrooper.
He does. I think
with a freaking sword and an SMG. Like that's badass.
You're just excited to get to that point.
Dude, I'm so excited to talk about this. This looks so sick.
One last thing.
Yeah. Sorry, I have it up on the side. That's why I talked about it.
And the one last thing is Tactical Ops. That's the event that they started for this week. It's part of the Heroes of Reach Season 1. It's an event where you're going to be unlocking about 10 different unlockables, including a Mark V Zeta variant helmet. I don't know. Have you checked that out?
You have to have a battle pass for this?
Not for that one, no.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Yeah, that's an event, so, the event is revolving around Tactical Slayer. Tactical Slayer being the new SWAT, if you will. Where they have about 5 different game types apparently, and I never come across all of them. But Tactical Slayer's one. Tactical Slayer's Commandos is another one. Tactical Slayer's Sidekicks, Tactical Slayer Stalker Rifles, and Tactical Slayer Manglers. So those are all the different kind of variants you can play.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sounds freaking good. Okay.
All right, Jimmy, come on. Bring us to the main topic.
I know you want me to get...
Bring us to the main topic here. What's the
main topic here? So we're talking about
a
fan-made Halo horror game about the Flood. Horror. About the Flood called Branching Sickness. Is that what it's called? Branching Sickness?
Right.
Is it in development?
Yeah, it's in development.
That's interesting.
It's fan-made Halo. It's a Flood-centric horror game that's being made. And yes, it is called Branching Sickness. It's described to be a story that follows a Marine trapped in an onslaught of Flood trying their best to survive. How does that sound to you?
First off, aside from the game, a movie would be absolutely sick.
Right?
But let's just talk. We'll talk about the movie after this. But I am 100% like I love zombie games and I love zombie movies, and this just looks absolutely amazing. Like what they did here is just absolutely crazy.
So you're a big zombie fan.
Yes, I am. I love yes. Just yes.
Just yes.
Anything zombie. And they have this I'm looking at the pictures right now. I know the people listening can't see the pictures, but this looks like some wild shit. Looks like some Resident Evil type stuff that I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, it does, isn't it?
They did a really good job.
It looks really cool.
And they're actually releasing this? Is this legit?
I
haven't read through it all.
It's fan made. It is legit.
Okay.
So the way they're kind of working around it is they're not using assets that are made by 343 Industries at all. They are hand making the assets by scratch. And they're also they're also not including like fonts and logos that that also like that are Halo related. So that's how they're able to kind of work around that. And then also they're not putting Halo in the title, so that's why it's called Branching Sickness. And that's why I guess that's how they can kind of get away with it.
It's weird how they could do that and they get so much like attention, but 343 or somebody, they can't develop a game like this. Doesn't make any sense.
I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up becoming like super popular, just like Halo Online was. I wouldn't be surprised if they brought these guys to the team and said, "Hey, let's try to turn this into an actual thing."
Right.
With
Call of Duty zombie mode, it was absolutely astounding, in my opinion. I know Trax doesn't like Call of Duty zombie mode, but I thought it was good. And now they include it with every game.
You and I need to hook up and get some Call of Duty zombies going then.
You play zombie in Call of Duty?
Yeah, I do. I'm not a fan of the more recent ones.
Yeah, I like all the old ones are better.
I tried Vanguard. It wasn't doing it for me. It's not that great in my opinion.
Yeah, agreed.
They moved in a different direction with Cold War, and I'm like, okay, this is fine, but I definitely do enjoy the Treyarch zombies.
What was your favorite map, real quick?
I always liked Darice. That's a map that I've always enjoyed.
What one was that? Was that one the dogs?
That one had the dogs and the three teleporters.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Hold on, I just knocked out my mic on my thing. Hold on. Yeah, I'm good. This got me excited talking about this. Sorry. Dude, I love the map with the elevators. What was that map called?
With the elevators?
The Death Cons, where it had the Eminem song on it.
Oof.
I forget what that map was called.
Was this one was all the way back in, was it Black Ops?
Someone in chat. Yeah, it was in Black Ops. I think Black
figure
Ops.
If anyone's gonna say it, it's probably gonna be Nessa.
Wasn't that map in Black Ops too?
So the only one that I can think of that have that have elevators would be Die Rise, but that's Black Ops 2, I think, and that was DLC, so I can't imagine that one being it. The other one, there was a rocket ship on there, right?
There was one with the rocket ship that came later.
Is that the one that you're talking about?
No, mine was with the elevators. Where you hit the elevator and you go down, and you can come back up. Silly Goose in chat saying Ascension.
Does that sound familiar to you at all? I think Ascension was the rocket one. Yeah,
Ascension was the rocket one where you... Yeah. I gotta Google this now. It's gonna bother the crap out of me.
All right. Go for it.
So, actually, I don't feel like Googling it because I don't want to mess anything up. So someone please Google zombie map on Call of Duty with Ascension. Or not Ascension, with the elevators. My bad. I can't remember.
Zombie map with elevators.
But dude, Halo could do such an absolute awesome job at that, especially with the flood. Holy shit!
Right, and I think this could be a really good start to maybe bringing that to light, kind of thing. The idea that like, okay, fans are they're pooling together and making this happen, like a flood horror game happen. And again, if it gets popular enough, I wouldn't be surprised if 343 says, "Hey, do you want to join the team? Yep. Do you want to make a flood game?"
That would be absolutely awesome.
Let's make this work.
If they made like a separate like zombie specific game.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Halo stepped their shit up. I'll give you that.
Those are things that we've definitely talked about on the podcast before. There's a lot you can expand on, right? Everything in Halo doesn't have to revolve around Master Chief. You can do stories with like this, where a Marine is kind of stuck on maybe a planet full of zombies, being the Flood. These are things that are possible. I would like for them to take the time to,
there's so much potential of that.
Maybe try it. Let me see if I can bring up the pictures that you're taking a look at that you think are really cool on stream. So this right here, this is the one you're talking about on stream?
Yeah,
that you're seeing
top
right
one,
now?
dude, that looks sick. That guy looks so sick. His sword and his SMG, and he looks like a stormtrooper kind of.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that
But
is concept art that they developed themselves. I'm gonna put on night mode.
There has to be.
That way.
It has to be.
Should be easier for you guys to see. I'm sorry, I have failed you, night mode lovers. They also showed some renders of their own. This is some kind of cool stuff. Seeing like a carrier form over here with an energy sword and like it's kind of weird to think that there's a Marine out there that's probably gonna pick up an energy sword and use it. I don't think I've ever seen that happen in the campaign. So. Right.
Real quick, I just put in the chat that map I was talking about is called 5. I just looked it up.
That one was the one in the Pentagon, right?
Correct. Yes.
Ah, okay.
I think that was one of my favorites.
That was the one with the scientist that always took your perks or something.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
But I like that map a lot because the elevator you could just keep going back and forth, and they would run back up, and you just mow them all down.
Yeah, I get lost in that map all the time.
Yeah, I understand that.
They also have some renders of other kinds of variants here. I'm not sure what
look how sick that looks.
Oh, there you go, Thrasher. This is a Thrasher pure form, according to the bottom. There you go. Yeah, that looks really cool. That looks actually kind of intimidating. I don't know how large that is. I don't know like what kind of scale that is, but
yeah. To the people listening on the podcast, it looks like some like major large creatures from Resident Evil. Like it's pretty similar.
Yeah, it's on all fours.
Yeah, it has like tentacles and shit coming out the top with. Is that teeth on his back spine or probably his spine?
It's probably his spine. I don't know if he eats from
crap.
there. Eats from his back. He just turns around, rolls over just to eat. This is how I infect you. Just starts rolling around on you.
Dude, if anyone wants to see this, it's on twininfinite.net, and you just, I guess, just put in branching sickness.
Right? Yeah, I'll definitely throw the article up in the podcast link dump on the Discord channel.
Sounds good.
They have a bomber pure form over here, so I have a feeling this would be floating and then just kind of like.
That looks like the goddamn thing from Ark, the game Ark, that floating in the sky a little bit. No one knows what I'm talking about, but
I'm
highly
sure
smells good.
I was gonna say I'm sure there are people that know what you're talking about. I personally don't. Like I know of Ark, I've never actually sat down and like played it.
Such a good game, underrated game.
I wonder if this would be something that would kind of like float around and then like try to like suicide bomb you or something, like, or would they just drop down a bunch of like
when that thing explodes, does it like burn you and shit? Is that what it does?
I would assume that they would have some kind of liquid damage or something based on the amount of sacks they have.
Yeah, so like pus, like this acid pus in there.
Yeah, it looks like that's something that could happen. And just imagine like just being in that world and like you're a Marine in that world, you're vulnerable.
Sounds yummy. Sounds absolutely so yummy.
The Canadian version will just have a bunch of maple syrup in there. That's what
That's a good one.
The Canadian version is just gonna be a sticky situation. Now, this one's a little concerning to me. This one apparently.
Yeah, it looks like a giant pimple on his back.
It's a Rusher pure.
What the hell is that thing?
Apparently, do you know what it kind of reminds me of? You mentioned Resident Evil a lot. Doesn't it kind of remind you of a liquor?
Yeah, a little bit.
Like
the liquor though is like a little more terrifying.
Yeah,
this thing just looks fucking weird.
I don't know. I get kind of liquor vibes because the liquors had like the huge like claws in the front and they had the long tongue.
It looks like an animal with like a circumcised. Oh, never mind. I can't say that. But anyway,
I was genuinely concerned about this one. I'm not gonna lie.
Arms. This looks so funky. The arms look like crab legs or some shit. Oh my god.
I mean, it's a mutation, I suppose,
This is some wild crap. What's this bottle? What's the next one? What the hell is that thing?
So this thing, so it's a Juggernaut pure form. Now I don't know if you remember back.
Oh, I didn't even see the names on the side.
Yeah, okay. They're at the bottom here. I could probably I don't know if I'm this cool.
Yeah, that thing
am I
looks
this
wild.
cool? There you go. There's the names over there. of what they're called. Not helpful to the audio listeners, but
I didn't see it, so it's all good. You're good.
Yeah. So the Juggernaut Pure form, I believe that those were like a cut form of Flood in Halo 2.
It does look similar.
Yeah, they've had
those things are crazy.
Some folks have like been able to go into the files of Halo 2 and come across like files of a Juggernaut form for Halo 2.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. That thing, I don't want to mess with that.
Right?
It looks like it could give you a good hug though with those long ass arms.
I feel like it could probably just split you in half. And these guys would probably be very tall, hence the name Juggernaut, right? Like,
yeah, that's true.
Oh man, just
because I remember the ones in Halo 2, they would run at you and they had a shotgun in their hand and they would shoot you two at the same time.
Right. Just imagine this thing chasing after you, though.
Imagine that chasing after you and it could carry weapons and shit.
Well, I don't think that would be able to carry weapons, but
no, I know. But you remember the Halo 2 ones? They were able to carry weapons, right?
Yeah, they were. They've always been able to. In Halo 1,
so I always thought that's what made it so interesting. Because you imagine like a real live zombie like attack, and they actually like carried weapens, but they didn't really know how to use them. They would just fire them.
Right.
Freaking chaotic and dangerous that would be.
It was kind of random, wasn't it?
Yeah. I did appreciate that about Halo 2, and was it in 3? I forget.
Oh yeah. It was in Halo 2. It was in Halo 3. It was in all of the Halos that have the Flood in it. They also got some other cool stuff here. Other renders. Whoopsies.
What was that one that floating? The other one.
So here we go. So you got the carrier form right here. That's the typical one, and you got your infection spores. It looks like.
Yeah.
And then it looks like you got an action shot of a rusher. If I remember
so
correctly.
Sick.
Yeah, that looks menacing. It looks scary. It genuinely does look scary.
Holy shit.
I feel like this is something that would be very early on in the infection stage, because usually after a while they'll have like spores and stuff kind of lingering around in the environment.
I want to see like actual horror in this game, like where it like rips off Master Chief's arms and shit. Like it just rips them apart if you lose or something. That'd be freaking wild.
This is a rated M for mature game. We're just gonna completely tear apart your Spartan.
Is that what it's gonna be? Is it gonna be an M?
No, I'm just going off of you.
Oh, okay.
Off of your
they should.
Here.
That's what they should do, bro. If talk about a horror game, like that's the type of shit they should put in the game.
Right. Yeah. You would want to be scared in a horror game, you know?
You imagine like it just rips off your head and it sucks out your brain and just throws the helmet.
Oh my lord! There you go.
That'd be so sick. Like it sucks your body out of the suit.
Would the sucking of the brain therefore be equivalent to that of like a tea bag from the Flood? Is that what that would be?
If you want to call it that, it sounds a little more intense, but we can call it that.
That's like their intimidation. Like they're just taunting you there, just like, you died. I suck your brain out.
Well, just a skull and a brain. You know what I mean? That'd be fucking crazy. That'd be nuts, dude. That would actually be crazy.
Oh man,
there's so much potential they could have with that. You imagine like having like if there are people driving around in a warhog and like. I don't know, like those tentacles that grab the warhog and they like just rip the whole thing apart and start just chaos. You know what I mean? Like that's the best part of the game.
You're trying to escape in a warthog, and you're hearing
it drags you back in.
It's just oh my god, the Juggernaut just pulls you back in. Yeah, that'd be really cool. That'd be really cool. There's some really cool ideas here.
If anyone else has ideas, start in the chat. Shit.
Yeah.
Do you have any other ideas, bro?
I actually did think of a really cool idea. I actually have a few ideas here, in fact. I don't know, have you thought of any ideas at all?
Besides the ripping apart somebody?
I'm talking like if you wanted to create like a Flood-centric game, like what would you kind of want to create?
I would create a world-ending game in terms like, have you ever seen like 28 Weeks Later?
I haven't seen that one, no.
Talk about... And Trax will agree with me on this. It's probably the best zombie movies because it's horror. It's horror. The zombies in it are just absolutely insane, and it did such a good job at making it like very just scary in general.
If I'm correct, those ones run, right? Those are the ones that
they run and they're just like they're like almost like rage and filled, and they run after you like there's no like stopping them. Yeah, whereas like The Walking Dead, they're slow. You know what I mean? But these ones, like, you can't get away from. And imagine a flood like that fast and that powerful, like how quickly that would spread on Earth. Like, I want to see a game or a movie like that where you just have to either escape that or something like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's that, but they also the flood. They jump really high. They can make distances. They don't even have to run. They can jump pretty far, right? You've seen them leap at you.
Dude, you imagine that? Like, you're in a city and just, like, the flood, like, all the civilians and children, and all the flood just, like, hopping on them, fucking ripping them apart and shit. That'd be wild. I know it's, like, a little gruesome there, but... And the army's just mowing people down. Like, that's what happened in the 28 Weeks Later movie, bro. Where, I think it was months one, where it started, like, spreading among all the people, and the army is just like, we have to shoot everybody now because everybody's freaking infected, so they're shooting people like in real life. It was crazy. It was so realistic, bro. If you ever get a chance to watch those movies, they did a really good job.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to check it out at some point for sure.
Yeah, but I'm basing my in terms of your question, I'm basing my ideas off that because it's more horror, whereas like if it was like closer to something like The Walking Dead, where it's more slow. But you're right, the flood is a lot faster and whatnot, so it'd be a little crazier.
Walking Dead is on their final season right now, apparently.
Yeah, and they're trying to like split it up and all that. I can't wait for the Rick Grimes movie, but that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, I guess that would be a whole other conversation. I think there's like 4 or 5 more episodes left in this season, so I'm kind of curious as to how they're going to end it.
All I know is I can't. I know they're splitting off the show with Negan and Maggie, and then there's going to be another split show with Daryl and
Carol.
The other Carol. So I don't know how.
So there's a Negan and Maggie show that's coming out. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, they're splitting it. That's what I heard.
Oh, really? That's interesting. Yeah. That explains quite a
bit. Don't quote me on it, but I did see it in the news somewhere. So.
Okay. All right.
I could be wrong. There's a chance I could be wrong, but there could be a spinoff.
Well, I guess that means like no matter what.
And I kind of just
wait. If that's true, I guess Maggie.
I kind of just gave spoilers, so. But I love Negan, bro. He's one of my favorite characters in a TV show.
Yeah, Negan is indeed a really cool character. He's quite cocky. I've definitely noticed more with Jeffrey Dean Morgan's acting. You can see like a little bit more of Negan kind of coming up in certain roles he plays that are not Negan related.
100%.
Yeah, you see some of the postures and like some of the swinging of his like hips and his mannerisms while he's like walking. An example of that was the movie Rampage. I don't know if you saw that movie.
Yes. I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, so like when he's in the airplane, he's talking to Dwayne the Rock Johnson, and like you see when he swings his hip, like yo, that's Negan right there. That's Negan right there.
Well, excuse the shit out of my goddamn French, but you just threatened me. Yeah. I love his line. Man, he was so good. Oh, it's so funny you mentioned the Rampage, man. I was gonna literally bring that up because remember they jump out in the parachute and they I think Brock saves them or something like that.
I vaguely remember certain parts of the movie. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I saw it from beginning to end. I feel like I've seen parts of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're not that type of person where you just watch parts of the movie? Come on now.
No, it's just I've never had a chance to actually sit down and watch it. It's just
okay.
I happen to be around in the room and like mom's watching it on TV or something. Like kind of thing.
Right. Okay. That's fair.
But yeah, I know when I saw that scene, I was like, "This is Negan. That's right there. That's Negan. Yeah. Like, hands down, that's Negan."
But he's such a good asshole, like a snarky asshole.
Right.
That's such a good part of it.
Right.
I want to see him in more stuff, like more roles like that.
The first time I came across Jeffrey Dean Morgan was in the show Supernatural. That's the first show I came across. So when they announced him as Negan, I was just like, "Oh, that's an interesting choice." And then when you see him come out as Negan for the first time, I was just like, "Oh, that's an interesting choice."
Because he's a sweetheart in other shows, right?
Yeah, and he's a bit of a hard ass of a dad in Supernatural. So.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's fine. It was interesting. It was definitely interesting seeing him because that's all I saw him as. It was like, oh, this is the father of the Winchester brothers in Supernatural, and then Negan comes up as Negan, and it's like, okay, now I can only see him as Negan, you know?
We might have to stop talking about Negan. The ladies are getting a little hot in the chat, so we might have to lean back here a little bit.
All right, okay. So shall I pitch you a potential idea that I have for a flood-centric Halo game? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Okay, so some of the things that I kind of thought about whenever coming up with a horror game, I would think about, like, you know, I wouldn't want it to be a Spartan that's in that world, because I feel like a Spartan is very, very invincible kind of thing. So, like, you don't have that kinds of, like, stresses, or you don't feel like the character's vulnerable. There's no stakes and all that kind of stuff, right? A Spartan can't be that scared of a situation. They're heavily armored, right? So I'd like to have like a character that, you know, appeals to the humanity, and, like, you know, is also kind of relatable, and, like, and all that stuff, and vulnerable for sure, right? Okay. So I'm thinking of, like, maybe a Marine, maybe a civilian in the Halo universe. So I'm thinking of a psychological horror thriller game, where a civilian in the Halo universe, maybe even like a Marine, you're progressing through and trying to, you're trying to, I guess, survive or get away from the flood infection, but you're hearing voices, they're talking to you, people are talking to you, and you're finding that these voices, they're actually your memories. Have you ever played a game called Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice by any chance?
No.
Okay, so this game is this game, there's voices kind of like they're just talking to you and distracting you while you're playing, and so on and so forth. They're just whispers. Oh, shit. And yeah, it's genuinely distracting. It's supposed to be like
that'd be weird with the flood. Okay.
I'm wondering if you're kind of getting where I'm going to be going with this.
I know where you're going with this.
You know where I'm going with this?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So, like, these voices are meant to kind of be like memories that he's kind of hearing, right?
Right.
So your character's kind of just remembering some of these memories, but he's also kind of forgetting them at the same time, because what's ended up happening is the Gravemind is siphoning those memories from him. So, like, by the end of the game, you'd probably end up having, like, an internal battle trying to fight that infection as you're kind of losing your memories, because the Gravemind is siphoning it at the same time. And I was thinking, there could be, like, a really cool idea where you have, like, a good ending and, like, a bad ending, so you can give a little bit more, like, you know, replayability to it. But
you're going in depth with this shit. Okay.
I was thinking, I was like, just because, like, in the Halo books, I don't know if you've ever read Halo: The Flood, which is essentially it's just Halo CE, the game, right?
Yeah.
They go in depth on, like, on the process and what it feels like to be infected by the flood. There was one of those like cutscenes that they had in the Halo CE anniversary at the terminals, where Captain Keyes is getting infected, and he's trying to remember. He's all these memories are being
You're like in a
from
psychotic
him.
State.
Almost,
right?
He's kind of sitting there, and he's just saying his, like, service number over and over again in hopes to kind of just keep his mind, kind of thing. But because he knows that the flood's kind of taking it from him. So I'm thinking of something like that internal battle you're having with yourself, where the whole, like, psychological thriller coming in. Like, you can either like, your bad ending could be something along the lines of you've now officially kind of become infected and you're one of the flood, or, like, the good ending could be just like you've managed to just barely escape with your life, kind of thing.
Oh my god!
Which could be, like,
imagine too, you can, like, fight through it too if you had, like, a strong mind.
Yeah. Right.
Somehow.
Yeah. Like, yeah. Maybe that. Yeah. Like, maybe. Doesn't there? I think
don't know. I'm just coming up with shit.
I think Amnesia has, like, a psychological meter or something like that, where, like, you know, as you see more of the monsters, you kind of get more and more scared, or something like that, and then eventually, if you get too scared, you'll just game over, kind of thing. So maybe it could be like, there could be a meter like that, where, like, you know, you're trying to keep your humanity, you're trying to maintain your memories, and, like, as you're progressing and you're seeing more monsters, you're getting more scared, or it's siphoning more data, and so on and so forth. I don't know. Like, that was just kind of that was something that'd be, like, just I mean, I feel like that'd be something really cool to kind of explore, and really scary.
No, that sounds the psychotic part just sounds absolutely crazy. Like, because you don't even have to have, like, a massive scale game when you have that part. You know what I mean? Because it's more of an internal thing, like you said.
Right. It could just be as simple as on a ship that just happens to have like to have like a flood infection form on it, and like it just turns into this whole thing, and you're just trying to escape. Very Alien Isolation like, because I don't know if you played Alien Isolation at all.
I remember that game. I don't remember playing it, but I remember like someone else playing it.
Right.
Holy shit.
Alien Isolation, you're stuck on a ship and you're trying to escape from the aliens, kind of thing. And
that's such a good idea. I wouldn't have thought about that. Well, maybe if I thought about it for a little bit, but
I know you've had a busy day. I did throw this at you like very early on today, which I apologize for. I wanted to send that to you earlier, but I got busy yesterday, and today was the day I could send it to you.
Oh man, it's all good. Oh. I'm all good, bro. Yeah, I couldn't really read it until before this because I had a long work. I was on a job site all day, but we're all good.
I mean that's fine. That's fine. Kylie's like, Morty, you're a genius. Just admit it. No, I'm not.
You are a genius.
I just thought that'd be a cool angle to
come up with a script. I'm curious what they do with this game though. This fan made game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely curious myself. Rabble saying
Halo is like.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Rabble saying you have text logs and audio logs, but the more you read of them, and the worse ending you get because you gave Gravemind access. That is a cool idea. Just imagine, like, have like you've been trying to survive on the ship, so you kind of create audio logs and all that stuff. But because of the fact that they're accessible, you've now given Gravemind more access and more memories and so on and so forth. Therefore, like, you get a bad ending. Like, just imagine that kind of cool stuff. It'd be a twist, right? Because typically, if you come across a terminal or something, right, it's typically a good thing. It's a collectible, right? The twist would be that, like, you're not supposed to collect it. You're not supposed to find it. You're supposed to kind of just leave it. Like, if you do leave it, then you get the good ending, or you get a good ending, or a better chance to survive, right? Like, just imagine.
That'd be wild. This makes me want to go back and play Halo 2 campaign just for the flood. Because they were like, because I remember the music and like the atmosphere they made you feel when they first encountered it. Like, it was kind of scary, bro.
Yeah,
you know
it was. It genuinely was.
Did a good job.
The introduction of the flood in Halo CE was kind of scary to some people.
Yeah,
I
forgot about the intro in CE. I think of Halo 2 because I remember it better. But you're right. Halo CE had it too.
I've had a friend, like, he played with me, and I have video of it, of course, on the YouTube channel. But like, he played with me, and like he was thinking, oh, it's just Spartans shooting aliens and yada yada yada, and then it takes that turn. Like, he comes across the flood for the first time. That man screamed so loud, dropped his controller, and he's like, nope, I'm out. He went out the door.
That's great.
And like, he came back like 20 or 30 seconds later. Dude, I'm not doing this.
When I saw the flood carrying weapons and shooting at the same time coming at you, that was the scariest shit ever. I'm surprised they didn't like touch on that more. I don't know.
Right? Like, yeah, just imagine. Yeah, the flood is like, it's zombies that are lunging at you with guns, and they don't know how to use it. But like, that's even more scary, right? Yeah, it's even more unpredictable. Right?
Yeah, that's a good aspect. Especially the psychotic part that you're talking about. Imagine that, and then all that combined. Damn, dude, Halo had so much potential with that. I never thought about that.
It does, right? It really does. And you can even also imagine, like, bringing in elements from like Alien Isolation. You know how like the AI of the Alien Isolation was like, it was incredibly smart. It would like it would mess around with you sometimes. Like, if it noticed that like you were going into a locker quite often, it would like it would try to pretend it doesn't know you're in a locker, and then get you when you're trying to get out, kind of thing.
Right.
And all that kind of stuff. Now, just imagine you might have like an infected, I don't know, like, let's just say an infected brute chieftain, because that's the only thing I can think about right now. And he's running after you, he's chasing after you everywhere, and he's trying to find you, he's trying to get you, he's trying to smash you with that damn hammer. Like, that could be terrifying. It could genuinely be terrifying. Trying to make your way through. Well, all that's happening while you're sitting there and you're just dealing with your own memories being siphoned from you. Like,
also be cool, bro. If you like lose it, like by the flood or a specific flood, it like drags you out of the place. Like, you see yourself being dragged out and into wherever. I think that'd be so cool too. just like a first person view,
like a death animation. Yeah,
you know what I mean. That'd be sick.
Yeah, that would definitely be really cool. Just seeing they can get really creative, especially because it's not a Spartan. It is like a human or it is a Marine, right?
Yes.
You can get really creative with those death animations, and it would definitely have to be something that's rated M for mature. There's no way you're getting away with that. With
if it's a horror game, it has to be mature.
Yeah,
you can't get around that.
Yeah,
too much gore and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, more
I just want to see people ripped apart, bro. I just want to see a Spartan just ripped apart by the flood of some sort, like the Juggernaut or whatever. I just want to see that. Like, you ever see like Jurassic Park with a two T-Rexes rip that guy apart?
Oh my god, that was so good in Jurassic Park 2.
Yes.
Oh my, I felt bad for that guy though. Like, come on.
He was such a nice dude. They killed him in the worst way.
Yeah. Burger's in chat saying, yeah, very, very Dead Space like. Dead Space had that very. I
played Dead Space. Yeah. I remember that game.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of the Alien game you're talking about. I've seen a lot of TikTok videos on that.
Yeah, I played it on. I did play it on the stream very early on when I was streaming, and it was very interesting. It was fun. It was fun. Yeah. You can even throw in puzzles and all that stuff to try to help yourself get out. You know, like how do I get out of this room? I'm trapped in this room. I have to get out of this room. I have to kind of improvise a way to get out of this room, or like just imagine maybe you have like you're on a Forerunner-esque ship or something. You don't really know too much about Forerunner technology, but you got to figure it out yourself. Like, oh, this moves, and like
so many options.
There really and truly are, and the flood they are a threat. They genuinely are a threat. They can be very scary, especially when you have a vulnerable character. When you have a character that can truly die, not a Spartan, because a Spartan is basically invincible, right?
I don't want to see him invincible though. I want him to be ripped apart and his skull sucked out of his
which is why for me, which is why a Spartan wouldn't work in this scenario. They would just they just completely annihilate the flood, or probably get overwhelmed or whatever, but it'd be more of an action kind of thing as opposed to a horror and suspenseful kind of thing,
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna stick to the guns on that one.
You're gonna stick to the guns on that one? Yeah, exactly. That's probably
but I like your idea, like psychological thriller.
Yeah, that's I think that would be a really cool idea.
That'd be wild.
Yeah,
absolutely wild.
Some other ideas I came up with. What about like a Left 4 Dead style of like a flood invasion kind of thing?
Well, yeah, similar to what I was saying. They could do something like that. That's why Halo could have its own like whole separate like game mode, like I said with like Call of Duty Zombies.
Yeah, Call of Duty Zombies. That is definitely something you came up with. But Left 4 Dead is it's more aggressive. I find that their zombies or their infected are much more aggressive than that of. Were you smelling your armpits there?
No,
they're telling you to dab. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, this man, I don't know, does he think that I could smell him?
I don't want to move too much, ladies, because I don't want to screw up my mic.
And you made it look like you were smelling your armpits, dude.
No, you're good.
I was like, no, dude, you smell nice. You smell good. You smell fine. You're good, man.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I haven't put deodorant on after I shower, but shit, I don't have any women that live with me, so I don't give a fuck.
You don't give two hoots?
I can only smell myself, so.
Oh my god.
Come on, dudes. Like, I'm sure like any other single guy in here could agree with me. I don't know if there's any other single dudes, but you don't give a fuck. I do what I want here.
You wouldn't. I guess you wouldn't need to. You're not trying to impress anybody.
Nah, I'm not. I mean, besides myself, but I'm not going. If I go outside my house, it's a different story. But
of course,
I'm chilling in. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck.
I don't give two hoots. I'm pretty sure it's the same.
I'm wearing sweatpants right now. Like I'm wearing sweats and like a hoodie. Like I feel good.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
you're in.
But the deodorant nowadays, it lasts 48 hours now compared to 28 hours, which is crazy. Dude, if they had a week one, that'd be great. We just put on deodorant once a week, even if you shower.
Apply it once a week.
Yeah. But dude, back then they didn't use deodorant. Like how? Like people are just used to BO smelling. You know what I mean? Like, how the hell people do that shit? Like especially when like, oh, never mind. We can't really talk about that. But anyway, yeah, Kylie, someone asked if I'm wearing gray sweatpants. I am wearing gray sweatpants.
I think at some point people ended up becoming quote unquote nose blind to it, right? So you end up getting so used to the smell that, like, you know,
especially when they were in coitus. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine that? And especially back then, where like everything was unsanitary, and all the toilets were like outdoor toilets, or like just a hole in the ground. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, people are so unsanitary back then, but people, like, they still did shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They still made shit happen. They still made babies. They still had relationships. They still enjoyed each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I completely understand what you mean.
Right.
Yeah.
They still did it all, and they all stunk like shit.
Uh-huh.
Can you imagine time traveling back then and going to like a party? The whole thing would smell like BO.
It probably
you couldn't be in there for even 5 minutes.
You'd probably walk.
You'd
probably come back and just be like, "Yo, I need a mask."
Yeah.
I need a mask, guys.
It would smell like shit. It would smell like BO. It would smell like sweat.
And I need a breath mint, you know, just to kind of cover up that smell, you know.
This is terrible.
Start taking like a whole like backpack full of like Axe spray for everybody, you know, like, I'm from the future. This is what you call cologne.
They would be so repulsed by like the smell of like a clean smell, probably too, because they're so used to it. I don't know. All right, I'll shut up.
Yeah, I'm sure very early on, it's like when they were introducing the perfumes and so on and so forth, it must have been a very odd concept, I suppose, at first, you know? Yeah. Unless they had other kinds of ways to, to get smells. Like, I'm sure they probably had like flowers or something kind of infused into their...
Dude, mystery. I wonder, that makes me think, like, who were the first deodorant or perfume? You know what I mean? What makes you think about that, you know?
Maybe we should Google that or something. You know, maybe somebody should come up with that. I feel like it was probably something as simple as just, like maybe putting some kind of fragrance or something that smells really good. Maybe like a
like lavender plant or something.
Go. Yeah, something like that.
Huh?
Or just everyone's just walking around with like incense on them.
Well, it's funny out here. The sagebrush has a very specific smell to it. Like, I was driving my car out here, and like I was hitting a lot of sagebrush, and I came home, and I smelled my whole car smelled like sagebrush, and it has a very specific smell. And I was like, damn. But you think, like, going back to what you said, like, people probably just had flowers or like specific fragrance or something like that. But damn, dude, I just totally derailed from Halo, but I think that was an important topic right there.
I needed to make sure that I brought that across.
Why do you sound like a medieval like king?
I do that when I'm just having a ball.
That's fair. Oh my god.
Is it off-putting? I'm sorry, I could stop that.
No, I like it. Dude, I love it. I just called you out on it. I had to call you out on it because it did it.
Oh, you had to? You had to call me out. Okay, all right. I was called out.
Listen, I'm just trying to make things happen and trying to have a good time, and you know, if it's healthy for us, let's do it. You know. Didn't make any sense. Anyway.
Oh my god. Would you like to have a flood-based game where you get to be a flood?
Well, that's interesting. Well, they kind of do it in other games, so yes, I would say yes. Like, you ever play? See, there was this monster game where you hunt monsters, and it was like a team of 3. I don't know if you played that game. I forget what it's called. Evolve, yeah. Imagine like that, but like flood based, and you had like a giant flood monster, and the Spartans had to kill you, but you could kill the Spartans too. That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. I just don't know, like, how would that work? Because like Evolve was very like it was like one monster. The flood is an infection, right? So like, how would that kind of work?
Maybe like one of the main monsters. I don't know. I don't know. I enjoyed the Evolve game. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I enjoyed that game, so that's why I brought it up.
I never really had a chance to actually play that game when it came out. I had a group of friends that wanted to try it, and then we tried the beta, and then after that, like, nothing came of it. And I wish we did have a chance to actually play it.
Yeah. Well, see, now you made a good point about that. Now I gotta backtrack here. I mean, you can hunt. You're not hunting the flood. The flood's coming after you. So, okay. I don't know now. You got me all screwed up.
Okay. So then what if you had what if you had a game that's, I guess, kind of like Dead by Daylight or like a Friday the 13th, I suppose, where you just have like a group of survivors that are trying to escape, instead of trying to kill the creature. And then, I don't know, you have one or two people that are playing as a flood type boss or something, and maybe like as they're going, they're kind of infecting the area. And as they're infecting the area, it makes it easier for the flood to find you if you have to go in that area, kind of thing, to try to escape. That way, you're still getting that. Oh, there's one massive creature, but you're still getting that element of like there's an infection that is coming, and you have to kind of act quick, like. Otherwise, the longer the game goes, the more of an advantage the flood have.
Interesting.
With finding you. Like, what do you think of something like that?
Are they gonna keep coming at you, or how does that work?
So, have you ever played like Friday the 13th at all?
There's a game called Friday the 13th?
Yes, there is a game called Friday the 13th, and yes, it is based off of Jason Voorhees and like that movie.
Oh wait, is that the PC game where you just run away from them?
It's on console as well, but yes, you can play it on PC. Where one person is playing as Jason Voorhees, and then you have like 3 or 4 camp survivors that are trying to escape.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. I forgot about that game. That would be fun too, but it's just one guy. Like, if it's just one flood, I don't know how you got like. It doesn't seem that entertaining if it's just like. Are you walking around with different weapons? Like, how's that working?
Well, that's why I'm saying like, okay, maybe 1 or 2 flood type bosses, and like also like you're probably having to fend off like waves of flood as the flood kind of make their way across the map, kind of thing, because like they are now starting to infect more and more. Hence the giving the flood an advantage kind of thing. The longer the game kind of runs. And that's where you can have more elements of it not being as boring, and you having to actually fight and survive. What do you think of that?
I see. That's different. I don't know.
It's also giving you a chance to play as a flood.
Yeah, that's actually very different. See, when I think of zombie games, I just think of like just straight chaos.
Right.
But I know like Dying Light was fun. Actually, that was a really good game.
That's the one that's where you're parkouring all the time, right, and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's a good game. It's a survival-based game too, as well. But I see what you're saying. I don't know how they would. I don't know how they would do that with like flood bosses. Because to me, like chaos would be fun, like just tons of flood coming at you and just trying to escape, like kind of like the zombie modes in Call of Duty. Like I like that type of shit versus what you're saying. But that like I want to be opposed to it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to read what Paige said?
Yeah, I'm trying to read what Paige said here. She says you could probably like let the player pick spots to stick flood groups in, and you can control a bigger flood monster. I think that's actually a pretty cool idea. Right?
And the players gotta avoid the big flood groups while you're chasing them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is one way it could work.
Yeah, that's different. Interesting. No, she came up with something better than I did. Shit. for me is like I just go straight to like how Call of Duty does it with the zombies, like you're surviving each round and all that, just like chaos by the flood.
So you're looking for more of a a round based or a wave based kind of a zombie game, if you will.
Or like you go I don't know about that. Never mind. I was gonna say where you go through a level with just the flood, but that kind of defeats that purpose. But
so did you know that in Halo MCC, specifically for Halo 3 ODST, they have firefight mode, and in firefight mode you can fight the flood?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Have you tried that at all by any chance?
No.
No, you haven't tried it at all?
How was it? Dude, Halo Reach and ODST for me was like I know some people loved it, but I couldn't get into it.
Oh, okay.
It's something I have to play.
So
See,
that was something new that they added in recently. Like they just took assets from Halo 3 and threw it into Halo 3
I
ODST
forgot
Firefight.
about that.
Yeah.
Shit. See, I don't know. Games nowadays, bro, and this is a personal thing. They're not keeping my attention as long as they used to. Like I used to be able to like, especially with Halo 2, like I would never stop playing. Like I would be so addicted to the game.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like I can't find a game like that anymore. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because I got older or just not as interested. But like I do still enjoy playing video games. I'm just haven't gotten a game. I mean, Ark, I was addicted to Ark for a little bit, I will say. That was one of the games. But even Call of Duty Zombie in the modes, dude. Like that was addicting for a while too.
Were you always like trying to kind of like beat your high score?
Yeah.
Okay. What was the highest? What was the highest you hit?
I don't remember, man. I always loved playing with people, like specific different people too.
Oh, okay.
So, it's funny, man. Actually, I played with a guy, an older gentleman from Canada, the first time I started playing Battlefield, Call of Duty Zombies, and I played so much with him, man. We did so well, and all of a sudden he just stopped playing with me, and I'm like, what did I do wrong? And then his son got on, and apparently he died. And I'm like, God damn! I felt so bad.
Right.
He was such a cool dude. And he sent me like he would email me pictures of UFOs and shit in his backyard. Dude, it was crazy. It's absolutely insane. This guy was sending me the craziest like pictures through email, like in his backyard. He lived like in like a rural part of Canada, and it was just like insane the shit he would send me. And I would tell him, like, dude, send me more. This is great. Like, it was cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But he passed. I was super sad. But I do enjoy playing Call of Duty Zombies with people. And like I said, it was like even with like Halo multiplayer, like I always want to play with people because it's just boring by yourself.
Right. I do find it hard to kind of pick up the controller and just, solo in Halo Infinite in matchmaking.
Right.
I definitely do try to like, hey, like, can I get people to play some Halo Infinite with? Which is why I definitely look forward to playing, during the community game nights if I can make it, unless I'm working.
Yeah. I'm exactly.
Usually working on the community game nights, unfortunately, but yeah.
Just BS with everybody. Yeah, I agree, 100%. I'm gonna have to buy this. Never mind. We'll talk. But dude, they could do so much. I say this all about Halo, bro. There's so much potential for that series, especially with games and with movies or shows. And I know you guys talked about the TV show before. But like, there's so much potential they have with that.
There is. There's a lot that we can expand on, and that's the exciting thing about that.
And I'm like, I don't know. Is the Flood gonna be in the TV show? Do you know?
I'm not 100% sure yet. I could probably imagine them saying like, or like doing the season finale, and it kind of just reveals or slightly reveals the Flood kind of thing, and then that's like the huge thing that brings you into season 2. It gets like the fans excited, and then also like the people that don't know like what the Flood are, they're just like, what's going on? Like,
real quick, because I don't remember exactly your opinions on the TV show. How were you and Trax's opinion? With just a brief opinion, what did you guys think?
Well, we know that it's going to deviate from the source material for sure. And we are completely like, as far as, I'm okay with it. The deviation of the source material. I have the mindset of book canon is book canon, game canon is game canon, TV show canon is TV show canon, right? Like, I don't like to mix them all up together kind of thing.
You don't like it? You don't like how they change the lore and all that?
If it makes sense for what they are trying to create and it ends up working out to be a really good story, I'm down for whatever it is that, they're going to do kind of thing.
Okay. Cool.
But like, it's not like I'm going to sit there and be like, that's not accurate to the video game, because it's its own, in my head, it's its own universe.
Yeah,
right?
That's fair.
And,
okay.
I find me personally, I find it to be easier to kind of distinguish between them all that way. If I say the book is its own thing, right?
Okay.
It's like you can talk about this like Civil War. When you look at Captain America: Civil War, that's nothing like the comic book series. Yeah, there's only small elements that they kind of borrowed from it, but it's not like a word for word. It's not an exact, accurate depiction of what the Civil War series was, right?
Right.
The movie itself was about the Sokovia Accords. the comic book storyline was about the Superhuman Registration Act, right? Like, that's two very different things. And spoilers, Captain America died in Civil War. You know, like they didn't do that in Captain America Civil War.
The comics are so different. Even DC comics are so different, especially with Batman. They had like comics where the Batman's fighting zombies and stuff. It's crazy. I don't know if you ever seen that, but
no, I have not.
Yeah, there's some wild comics, and there's like an evil version of Batman. There's like all this crazy shit.
Yeah, that's the Robin, cool thing about like the multiverse and all
Red
that
Hood,
stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much they can touch on, especially movie wise.
Oh, are you talking about the Deceased storyline?
Yeah, I only mentioned DC because I recently just was looking into it more, and there's just so much to it. You know, there's so much extra stuff that people don't know about in terms of the comics.
Yeah,
like, I can't name them all.
Where it's like Marvel's
right, even with Marvel, but I don't know. The Halo TV show, bro. At first I was a little disappointed, but after then seeing the Lord of the Rings TV show premiere, I was like, okay, I'm more hopeful for the Halo show.
Oh, really? So are you okay? Let's go down this road, shall we? So they had a trailer for the new Lord of the Rings show?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What was that like for you? I know you're a huge Lord of the Rings fan.
My heart hurts.
Oh no.
Yeah. Dude, I'm really.
Why is that?
I don't even want to talk about it. J.R. Tolkien, and this is why I asked about the Halo show for you in terms of the books. They're not supposed to change up the lore whatsoever. Okay. And they're very J.R. Tolkien is very specific with a lot of things, and he's very specific with a lot of characters too, and how he describes the elves and whatnot. Right. And there's a lot of people that are going to be like, "Oh my, he doesn't say that," but you can find that in the books. And if anybody wants I will send them where you could find that in the books. He does describe the different races appropriately. And detail. I won't say too detailed, but he does describe them detailed. I don't want to get into it because it's just I don't want to get into it. That's how bad it is.
No way.
Yeah,
no.
Dude, it's really sad. I'm really disappointed, and this is what happens when a corporation like Amazon tries to take it. And dude, Lord of the Rings budget for all the movies I think was like $400 million. And Amazon has like I think a budget of $1 billion, and they're using like the CGI in it, bro, is like video game CGI, like in The Hobbit. Like nobody wanted that shit, bro. Like everybody hated it in The Hobbit. Nobody wants it, and they're still doing it. And secondly, the premiere. So they hired fake fucking fans to talk about the movies or talk about the premiere in a TV show for Lord of the Rings. They hired fake fans, and that irritated the absolute shit out of me. Like, that is so ungenuine. That's what I don't like about like all these new movies. A lot of this shit nowadays, it's just ungenuine. Like, if you have to hire like fake fans to be excited about a trailer, like, why would you want to watch that? I don't know.
Okay, that's so. Okay, wait. So hold on. So you said they said they premiered it, right? Does that mean it's officially out, or at least the first episodes come out?
No. So they did the teaser trailer, okay?
Right? And what I remember seeing from that, it was just literally, I think it was like molten lava that was creating the logo.
No, it wasn't that. They actually released like a full trailer and showing characters and stuff. And like, what's
really?
going on.
Okay, I have not seen this. I have not.
You got to go watch it. Now, I was excited at first, bro. Like, I was actually excited. Like, at first I was excited. I'm like, and then as I went through, I'm like, I'm not feeling Middle Earth here. You know what I mean? Whereas like Halo, even Halo, and this is the thing about Halo is I didn't hear Master Chief's voice. I didn't hear the Halo music, the epic Halo music.
That was such a missed opportunity.
Yeah. Like that music is like everybody knows that music is Halo music.
Exactly. Yep.
And they didn't put it in there. Same thing with Lord of the Rings. Now, I will say that the original trailer you were talking about, the teaser, they briefly touched, and I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it right now. They briefly touched on the original Lord of the Rings music and the Hobbit music.
Oh, but they didn't put it in the. No,
yeah, in the Forging trailer that you were talking about.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, I do kind of remember like
that one they did. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
But then the regular actual trailer, I was maybe a couple minutes long. I forget how long. It was just generic music, generic production. It's just everything was generic and ungenuine. And they put together this Amazon put together this like I don't know how to describe it, but they had this whole premiere, like it was almost like a in-person premiere, and they sat people down and the people talked about the actual show, right? Or what the trailer that they saw. But they hired everybody. They hired everybody to talk about it. None of these, like, they were saying how great it was. Like, no one was genuine. It wasn't genuine whatsoever, and that's what I was like. It's just super disappointing. And I could go into I can go to a lot of different reasons of why. Like, it's so in depth I can go into, and I'm happy to have that conversation on a different time with different people. But dude, I was so excited about the show. I bought in New Zealand, in Hobbiton, I bought a wine it said the wine's Middle Earth, made in New Zealand, or made in Middle Earth, and New Zealand wine. I specifically bought the wine for the premiere show of the Lord of the Rings, the TV show, so I can watch it. Like, I could break it open that night and watch it. That's how excited I was about the show, and now I don't even want to do that. That's how bad.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's sad. It really is. I know. And there's a lot of there was a huge backlash too, and there's a lot of people that are not happy about it. So maybe it'll change, but I don't think it's going to happen, because a lot of it. Let me just put it this way: Amazon is putting 2020 or 2022 social problems into it, which they shouldn't. Let's just put it that way.
2022 social. Okay, I see what you're
like
getting at.
all the political shit. Like
okay.
They're forcing it all. It's ungenuine to me. I don't care if it's in there. I don't care if I'm trying to think where to go with this. I'm trying to be very touchy on this conversation. Like, I don't care if it's genuine. I'm cool with it. If it's forced, it's a no-go for me. That's all. That's all I have to say. You know what I mean? I just like genuine. Like, I like genuine movies and genuine, like, especially with the Lord of the Rings lore and whatnot. Like, I mean, there's so much I could talk about on that, but I wanted to mention that because I was actually disappointed with the Halo trailer at first. And then after watching the Lord of the Rings one, I'm like, I feel better about the Halo one. So I just wanted to mention that.
So the way you were feeling about Lord of the Rings right now, I feel like some people are feeling a very similar notion to that in the Halo TV series for sure.
I can see that. I see it. Like, right. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, I could see why as well. I mean, there's elements like the way Cortana looks, for example. It's not accurate to that of like what Halo described, or Halo CE described Cortana and so on to be. There's no Jen Taylor voice. I think Jen Taylor is voicing it, but there's no Steve Downes voicing Master Chief, right? And all of that stuff. And then now you have this mysterious character that seems to be able to control, I don't know, tentacles or something. Like, you know, like, what's up with that? Is she the Flood? Like, who is this person? You know?
Yeah.
It doesn't look Halo at all, right?
Right.
However, there are things and elements that do look very Halo. For example, you see like Covenant ships that look very Halo. High Charity you see at the point that looks, you know, it looks just like High Charity in Halo 2, and so on and so forth, right? But yeah, I think
it'd be so cool though. They do the Flood in it though. I'll agree. I'll say that.
I'm genuinely thinking that it'll probably end up being like a season finale big tease, or like, you know, or the Flood gets released in the season finale, like in the middle of that episode of the season finale, the Flood gets released, things go to shit, and then that's it. They kind of like end it there, with a huge cliffhanger, like, oh shit, what's gonna happen now, kind of thing. You know, that's the way I could probably see them going with it.
Are they going massive scale with it, or are they going more like a drama, like more smaller drama? Because like if they're doing that, they might not even go for the Flood. I don't know. I'm
thinking. I mean, if it was my choice, I would definitely go smaller scale at first.
Yeah.
So then we
kind
can
of like
have
Game
it,
of Thrones.
Yeah, you can have it contained, right? And then when you go into later seasons, of course, you can expand it slowly. You don't want too large initially, especially for newer folks that are being introduced to the Halo universe. You don't want to start off like big and like huge, because then you have to try to figure a way to make it bigger. Right, like how do you make it bigger without confusing the audience?
Yeah,
right, or at least
I think Game of Thrones did a good job. Did you watch Game of Thrones?
I did. I actually watched it last year.
Nice. Yeah, Game of Thrones did that. Their budget was especially low. I think because they had a low budget. That's the thing. These companies have such big budgets now. It doesn't like make room for creativity on trying to save. Like you get where I'm coming from on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's the same thing with all the major shows, movies, everything. They have too much of a budget, so I don't know. There's no force. There's no like forced creativity going on.
Then you have problems like the end of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with the end of Game of Thrones.
Really,
I was satisfied.
So okay,
I'll be honest with you.
I'm gonna ask. Did you watch it from like when it initially released, or did you binge watch it all?
I binge watched it from the 3rd season because somebody mentioned it to me. And then after that, I like watched the rest of it. But I forget how many seasons were, but there was like 2 seasons where I was like waiting every Sunday for it to come out. I did the same thing on Walking Dead, but
yeah. So,
but I enjoyed the show. Like I enjoyed it all the way up until the ending.
Yeah, so. I watched it all last year, like from beginning to end for the first time. I know very early on everyone was like, "Oh, the Red Wedding. You gotta into the Red Wedding and all that stuff." And then I got to the Red Wedding, and then I was like, "Well, huh? Okay."
Yeah.
So what was spoiled. So like for me because
it was
everyone
genuine.
For me everything was just like the Red Wedding. Everything gets crazy at the Red Wedding, and now I'm anticipating like this super crazy event that was gonna happen, and then whatever happened with the Red Wedding ended up happening, and I was just like, wait. That was it? Like,
Yeah, you got it ruined for you.
Yeah, I did because
no one told me about the Red Wedding.
So no one told you about the Red Wedding. Everyone mentioned the Red Wedding to me at some point.
Oh, that sucks, man. I'm sorry you had to go through that. That sucks. Because I was out of my chair at that episode. I'm like, what the hell did I just watch? You know what I mean? But same thing with there's a movie called The Mist. Have you ever seen it?
That one's is that the one with like the Stephen King book that has some of the Walking Dead actors in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That show has the craziest ending of any show, one of the craziest endings of any show I've ever seen.
Oh my god.
I'm not going to spoil it, but
I'm trying to remember.
You should watch it. That's a good one too.
Okay, can I ask, it's in the car, right?
Yeah, so you saw it.
The ending was in the car.
Okay.
Yes, all right.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
That had me like, what the hell?
Yeah. Oh my god, I was sitting there. Yeah, I was just like, oh god, like, whoa.
Yeah, that movie, like, I think Trax did. I brought it up because Trax likes the ending too, and I'm like, dude, it was a fucked up ending.
Yeah,
oh my god.
It was, that was, holy jeez. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that, and see that shit. It's funny, the Mist, all those like beasts and shit from the Mist, they kind of look like the Fledge-centric horror game ones a little bit.
Okay.
You know?
Look at you trying to swing it back around.
Well, no, I'm being genuine on that. I'm just calling it out.
I mean, like, the fog of, like, the spores in the fog that can be created by the flood could make for a very scary environment because, like, you may not be able to see through the entire fog all the time, right?
Right.
So there could be, as a vulnerable human, there could be very scary things that are, like, scary different kinds of variants out there that could, harm you,
Yeah. Yep. Oh, man, dude.
Rabble saying that Stephen King has said that the movie had a better ending than his book. That's actually a pretty good sign, actually, Yeah.
Yeah. It was great. That was a great movie. For anybody who wants to watch it, that was a good movie. Go watch it.
Yep. If you guys watch Walking Dead, there's a lot of Walking Dead actors that are in that as well.
Yes.
I think Carol is one of the actors in there.
Yep.
The actress for Carol. And I want to say Andrea was in there too.
Yep.
Yeah. And a couple others. I can't remember whom else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, bro. You have me going with these conversations, bro.
You missed it. Admit it. You missed it. For sure you missed it.
Yeah, I'm excited. Excited to just talk about all that. Like, I miss doing a freaking listener question. Like, I miss it all, bro. I miss all this. I don't know if I told you, but I'm and this is, I guess I can announce it on my part. Hopefully Trax is okay with this, but I plan on doing a live show once I moved out to my property. So that's something I have announced on this podcast. And hopefully Trax will join me at one point. And you as well. So,
oh, that'd be cool, yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to put that out there. So, because I love doing this, and I don't like keeping it to a specific subject. Like, I just want to BS about everything, you know? So I'll tell you.
That's fair. I mean, yeah. I mean, hey, of course, bring it up in the Discord at some point when you're ready to kind of announce it. I think a lot of people will be excited to see what you're looking.
And there's gonna be some money put into the production. Like, I want to make sure it's like decent. You know what I mean? Like how Trax got it. So we'll I don't know if it's gonna be a podcast. I think it's just gonna be more of a live show where you can go back and watch it all. So, but anyway.
Just archived it.
My plug.
Yeah. Just archive it. All right. That sounds exciting. That sounds exciting. I feel like you've got the personality for it. I think you can pull this off.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And then you'll have all the ladies chasing after you.
Well, you know? Kylie wants to co-host it with me, so I told her she could.
Oh, that's interesting.
But she has to get a setup. I think Shady has a setup, so we'll see. But that's a surprise. That was a surprise. I didn't want to say anything, but I said it. Now everybody knows.
No, so. we can redact it in the podcast later if you want. Do you want to flag that right now, Kylie? Am I flagging this right now and redacting what he said? Let me know. Let me know in the chat, please.
And you know what? We're gonna talk about Halo one episode. We're gonna talk about Halo just for shits and giggles, you know, and to honor it, because this Halo podcast started it all. So.
I mean, hey, the idea was thrown out there that maybe like a trivia like podcast episode or something can happen with Kylie and Silly Goose Nessa. So maybe, you know, that could be something that could also, you know, maybe occur with.
Dude, I have no idea what I'm gonna do in terms, but we're just gonna go for it. So. Maybe I'll call it the Blue Spartan podcast, like Paige said.
The Blue Spartan Halo pod. No. I guess it'd be the Blue Spartan podcast. Because you said you wanted to do more than just Halo as a topic, right?
Yeah, and I have my TikTok account. I have a decent following right now, and I had people reaching out to me asking me to go live and shit. And I was like, I don't have time to go live right now, or I just didn't want to. But I know there's other people that do want to see me live for some reason. I don't know why, but the problem is, here's the problem, Mystery. I can't in today's culture, I can't really talk about the conspiracy theory stuff anymore as much as I have fun with it, because just people get so upset about it, even though it's a joke, especially when I talk about the government stuff.
Right.
So I have to be careful with that, and like I do want to do like conspiracy theory segments, but I have to be very careful, especially on Twitch. So.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh man, with everything that's kind of going on, yeah, of course.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I just wanted to put that out there, and yeah. Anyway, sorry, I threw me off Halo again.
How do we reel it back into Halo? What do we do now? Like,
I don't know. Did you have any more ideas? Because I know we were talking about that.
I
don't know if you had any more things set up.
The other kind of idea I had set up, or at least I was kind of thinking of, was like a similar game to kind of like I want to say like a Splatoon / Infection kind of game, where you have like one team is the Flood, and like the other team is like, you know, humans or Covenant that are trying to defend themselves against the Flood, and it could be like an expanded version of Infection kind of thing. You know, from Halo, and so like, you know, I think the objective of the Flood is to kind of overrun the humans or the Covenant, and the objective of the human or Covenant is just to survive.
That'd be fun. I agree. I can get on that. Okay.
Yeah, that's the other and last one I kind of I had come up with in regards to a flood centric game.
Yeah, that article was pretty cool, bro. I appreciate you sending me that.
Yeah.
Hopefully people enjoy it if they look at it from the podcast.
JFed says like Left 4 Dead. Yeah, we did come up with like a cool like Left 4 Dead style kind of flood invasion game. Have you played Back 4 Blood by any chance?
Back 4 Blood?
Yes.
No, I have not.
Oh, okay. All right. It's a very Left 4 Dead style video game.
Okay.
But it has like a deck of cards that you can pick, and that kind of helps you like helps you power up your character a little bit more. So like every new act or every new mission, you are allowed to pick one more card from that deck, and it helps you get stronger, kind of thing, and deal with the infection.
Okay.
And I think it's mostly based in Montreal, believe it or not. The actual game itself. So that's kind of cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm surprised you never looked into that one. As a zombie guy, I kind of figured you'd want to check that out.
Oh, you calling me out here. Now I'm going to have to look it up.
No. Hey, yeah, that's one for one. We're 1 for 1 now. You've called me out on the podcast, and now I'm calling you out on the podcast, right?
Back 4 Blood, yeah. Nah, I'm cool with it. I respect that. I respect being. I don't get offended. I can have conversation. I don't get all pissed off and shit. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
If you're incorrect,
I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the pictures of this game. This looks wild.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I know a lot of people do definitely kind of they do compare it to Left 4 Dead quite a bit. But there are some pretty cool stuff in there. They do have like some big clowns. They have some pretty big bosses that you can fight in there, which are really cool.
Okay. All right, I'll have to check this out. Appreciate the suggestion.
Would you believe me if I told you I play that game with the Goof Troop? The Goof Troop being 2 pastors, a lawyer, and myself, a streamer.
What? Step back for a second. What? The fuck?
So, yeah, I play that game. So I have a group of friends that I play with called the Goof Troop. We call ourselves the Goof Troop, and it consists of 2 pastors, 1 lawyer, and myself, a streamer.
That sounds ridiculous. Is this true? Are you fucking with me right now?
I wish I was.
What
I wish I was.
How do you know these people?
I met the lawyer through a podcast. One of the first Halo podcasts I used to listen to. It was way back when. It was called the Post Game Carnage Report. That's actually where I also met Duty Bound. For anybody that knows Duty Bound in the community, it was way back in the Post Game Carnage Report days, and this is before Trax joined stuff like the Drunken Halo podcast and all that stuff.
Okay.
Right. So that's where I met the lawyer, and the lawyer had 2 pastor friends, and so we ended up playing a couple of games like Borderlands and all this other stuff, and we just kind of ended up making like Monday night for about an hour's worth of time we play like 4-player games together, and that's one of the
dude. I think that's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like,
so
I think it's so sick.
There's a little bit of a joke that's amongst us, and it's very much like Mystery has to go for like some kind of like psychiatry degree or something, so then we can kind of just talk amongst ourselves without having to like give up any kind of like legal information. Like, dude. One of the jokes was like, yo, Mystery could literally murder someone and admit it to them, and they can't say anything about it.
Dude, that's so awesome, though. Goof Troop.
Yeah, just go for like the Goof Troop. That's what we call it. It was a very terrible like one-off joke, and I was like, this is the name of us. This is what we're called. We're calling ourselves the Goof Troop now, you know?
Dude, that's so awesome, though. I love that. That's so cool. I like it because Trax when we were doing Halo 2, he had specific people that he played with all the time, and they actually visited him. The one guy's name was Iceman, I think. I forget the exact names of them. He'll know. But I think it's so cool, like, just always doing that type of stuff. That's pretty good for you, bro. Good for you. No judging there.
It's definitely fun. It's definitely fun playing with 2 pastors and a lawyer. And yes, I know it's the beginnings of a joke, like two pastors, a lawyer, and a streamer walking a bar, like, you know. Like, Maybe one time we can kind of collectively make a joke out of it and see what fits. Like,
that'd be.
It's so funny because like one of the pastors is a very big How I Met Your Mother fan, so he'll just constantly quote How I Met Your Mother. And he kind of like he'll make very bad punny jokes, or he thinks that they'll be funny, right? And he's just sitting there laughing hysterically, and like the other pastor's like, can you just stop, please? And the lawyer is the one that's kind of going ahead and like staying away. Like, we were trying to stay as a group, and the lawyer's going up ahead like 50 feet and complaining that like, we're not sticking together as a team and so on and so forth. So like the banter amongst us it's very fun. It's definitely fun.
That's awesome. Good for you. Good for you on that. That's awesome, man. Good for you on that. I say that a lot, but that's genuine.
Yeah,
God damn, man.
It's some fun times, and it's we only spend like an hour.
And let's put this out. Trax brought everybody here together. Like, as an honor to him, bro, he brought this whole community together, and like, we wouldn't be doing this without him.
This is very true.
This is very
true.
Shout out to Trax, my longtime friend who I have been friends with since 3rd grade. I don't know how old you are in 3rd grade, maybe 7. I don't know, but. I love the guy to death, and I'm glad that he did all this to get everybody together.
He's created a very big community, definitely.
Yes.
A very big, caring community with a lot of support from the community.
I'm going to put it this way. It's not like there's a million people community like Dr. Disrespect. However, the community, even if it's a tiny community, it's a genuine community, and that's what matters.
Right. I've had this chat with folks in the community before. I know I've had my ups and downs prior to joining this, but any of those ups and downs that I would have gone through, and if I had a chance to change it, I probably would not have changed it. I would have still gone through every single one of those in order to get to the point that I am at today with this community. And that's also because of Trax reaching out his hands and like saying, hey, would you like to join this? I think it'd be a good idea to have you on the podcast, for example. Like, I don't remember if you were there that night when he pitched the idea kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I know. And here, for me, leaving the podcast, it was a personal thing. It had nothing to do with you guys or Trax or anything like that. It was just a personal thing. Like, you guys know I love him to death. You know what I mean? So it's like, and I talked to him about it. Like, I really want to do some type of podcast with him where I just bullshit with him, because I just love bullshitting with him. And I don't live near him anymore, where I was able to just ride over to his house. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like, but he brought everyone together, and it's just made it an amazing community, and I'm grateful for it. So. Very grateful for it. I'm sure you are too. I'm sure everybody is.
Touché, for sure. And Paige in the chat's like, this got sappy. Let's just.
Well, I want to put it out there since he's not here tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's not here tonight. We're supposed to be smack talking about him. Instead, we're complimenting him. No!
My bad.
Oh, funnily enough, I don't think you were there.
No, what's that?
So last week, we did have we did those double episodes where it's like, okay, we did the regular episode and then we did like the final episode for the tournament. And in between, there was like a half an hour where Trax was playing Trax was just playing one game of Halo, right? And like he had to change to his gaming headset, so he couldn't hear me at all, right?
Oh,
and
God.
The stream was still going. And he's trying to talk, right? At the same time, I guess he's just trying to talk to the people that is on his team. And I come back from the washroom at that point, and I'm now sitting here, and I realize he can't hear me, and I realize he's not communicating with me at all. And so like I tried, quote unquote, to smack talk him while he was playing it. And like I couldn't come up with anything. Like, I'm so bad at it. And then when I did actually genuinely try to like snack talk based off of what people are saying, I felt so dirty.
That's freaking funny, dude. I can tell you're not a natural. Are you not a natural smack talker?
No, I'm not. I'm not a natural smack talker at all. And it was very apparent last week when the community had like left, right, they had like a book set up for like the amount of trash talk they had for him. And I'm just reading what they're saying, and I'm just like, oh my god, you guys say that? Like,
it's okay, bro. I'm not either. I'm more of the sponge. I've always been the sponge for Mr. Trax.
You just take the smack talk, right?
Yeah. But that's what he liked about me is I could always take it. Some people can't take it, but you can take it. We could all take the smack talk, But when I do smack talk, though, I get them good. So
yeah, Nessa saying like we trashed him hard. Yeah, you did. You guys did, and it was like left, right, and center, just immediate, like. Didn't have to think about it too much. It was absolutely insane to experience. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, what? Like, you want me to say that? Like, holy gee.
That's freaking funny, Dan. I love it. I'm gonna have to buy this game for this weekend now. Damn it.
Oh, the Back for Blood game?
No, the MCC.
The MCC game?
Yeah, I don't have it on PC. I have to see how much it is.
All right. I
got so much shit to buy right now.
Is it not on Game Pass?
Actually, it might be. I have to double check that. You might have just saved me some money.
Yeah. I mean, considering you might be in a little bit of financial troubles, it might be a good idea to save a little bit of money.
Like I said, it's not a financial trouble thing. It's more or less like what I want to put my money towards. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm, that's how I always go by. Because I don't need to buy the game, but one of my biggest goals right now is just getting my ranch up and running, and I need all the money I can to do that. So, and it's like I'm a very big saver, so like I put everything I can towards it, and that includes $40 of a game. Like $40 is $40. You know what I mean? All that shit adds up.
Yeah, it does. It does.
So my dad taught me that shit.
Yeah. Fun fact: video games are expensive. They are very expensive.
Yeah. Well, and time, and expensive with time too.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, bro.
All right, should we transition to the questions?
Yes, I'm so excited about these.
Think? I know you're excited about these.
Kylie asked all the questions, and like I knew I was going to be on a podcast, but no one else knew I was going to be on a podcast. So I want to.
Right? Yeah, we kept that one as close to our chest as we could.
I'm excited for these. So you want to read them, or do you want me to? You want to read them?
I'm going. I mean, hey, I got you here. There are 12 questions. Did you want me to send you the questions? I can send you the questions.
I have them up on Discord right now.
We kind of changed the format here.
Yeah, you read them then. You read them.
Are you sure? It kind of feels weird because you're on the podcast and you're the one that usually did it. Yeah. Kylie's like, yeah. She sent mystery the questions all organized.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. New format, Jim. Keep up. Things have changed.
Kylie, send me that right now if you can. Thank you. Look at me. Look at me shouting at orders.
Okay.
Oh, you have it too. My bad.
I can send it to you if you want. And if you want to
disregard Kylie. Sorry.
Okay, they're saying let Jim read. Okay, we're gonna let Jim read.
Why me?
They want Jim to read. Jimmy, here you go. I will give you the questions.
All right.
There's the questions. I just sent it to you on Discord.
God. All right. First question. Captain Destroyer. Who's Captain Destroyer, by the way?
Captain Destroyer is, I want to say, one of the newer listeners that has joined.
Okay. I think I play with him on Ark. I don't know if that was him or not. Anyway.
I'm not. I can't.
So it says, Mystery, how does it feel to become Dictator Mystery once again?
Dictator Mystery? I don't think I've never called myself Dictator Mystery. I just kicked trash.
I never heard that one either.
And decided to just, try to take over and then see if my plan works or fails. And in this case, it is currently working. It's currently working. So We'll see how long this quote unquote throne I hold lasts. We'll see.
All right.
He also did say what? He said we've been waiting for my sure arrival.
Yeah, we've been waiting. For your sure arrival.
I have arrived, I guess.
The theme for all this week is nature, and I was actually the one who came up with that. It was supposed to be something else, but Kylie wouldn't let me do that one, so it's nature.
Judging by how upset you sounded there, I feel like I should owe Kylie thanks.
All right, I'll get the next one. What type of natural feature do you guys want to see in an upcoming Halo TV show aside from Pacific Northwest? Yeah, Pacific Northwest everyone loves. Let's see what else.
A natural feature?
Yeah, maybe like geography wise, maybe like snow-capped mountains or the desert or some other biome on another planet.
That's an interesting question. Let's say, I'm trying to think what would be really fun to play around in, like a fun play space to play around in. Hey, look at that, Captain Destroyer joined the chat.
Very nice, very nice.
He doesn't remember you.
Yeah, I don't know who you are. Sorry. I play with Orange and Arc. My bad. I swear I play with Captain Destroyer. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, I think it'd be cool to be fighting in slot canyons.
In canyons. Slot
canyons. There's a difference.
Oh, there is?
Slot canyons is specifically a Utah thing. I think Arizona too, but like Grand Canyon, obviously you have in Arizona, but slot canyons are a lot different. You have to. I don't know if you Google that at one point, but they're much different. They look a lot cooler, I think.
Just imagine in the ruins of Egypt or something you fight, you know?
Oh, that'd be cool too.
That'd be kind of interesting.
There's so many different cool biomes you can like. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, so yeah, that'll probably end up being my answer. Like just like the ruins of like ancient Egypt somewhere.
Yeah, like the pyramids or some shit.
Yeah, fighting the Covenant or something in there.
Humans
trying to survive a flood invasion in like Egypt.
Well, they made the pyramids for the aliens.
You're enclosing yourself in a maze or something like that, you know, while they're all making their way to you, you know.
Oh, that'd be so sick. Underwater stuff would be cool too. Like, you know how Star Wars did the Jar Jar with all the underwater?
Yeah.
That was fun too.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would definitely be cool.
All right, so Just Shady asks, in nature, what animal would you have a chance against one-on-one with your bare hands? A snake, a bear, or a moose? How big is this snake?
I was going to ask. How big is this snake, man?
I'm not fucking around with a moose, first off. Those things are dangerous, and a bear, no way.
Yeah.
I'll take the snake. If it's an anaconda size, I'll still take the snake. Because I see how big moose are, and they're just as scary as freaking bear. Like moose would pound you to death, and a bear would just destroy you. How about you, Real Mystery?
Well, if you're gonna say a snake, I don't want to give the exact same answer, so I'm gonna pick between a bear or a moose, and I feel like I would probably stand a bigger chance with a bear than a moose.
Dude, I don't know. Moose are they're huge, bro.
They are massive. I mean, I can't think to outrun a bear or a moose, but like, you know.
It says a one-on-one with your bare hands.
This is bare hands. This is a fist fight, you know. Like, I don't know. Maybe I can pack some honey or something for the bear and just.
Fair enough. All right, so I have a question that I asked. What's the worst way to die in nature?
The worst way to die in nature.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe freezing to death would be something that'd be the worst.
Freezing to death? Interesting.
Yeah. I feel like because
I heard it's a pretty peaceful way, though. I mean, you're gonna suffer a little bit up until a point, and then you don't feel anything after a certain point.
I suppose that would be it, but you'd also be very cold.
Because I almost died in Alaska, and I know how, like, in terms of cold, holy shit, bro.
Yeah.
I can agree with you on that. Because I was going to say either cold or suffocation of some sort.
Ooh, yeah, suffocation would be very scary for sure.
I don't know how in nature.
Drowning, man. Like,
yeah, drowning, for sure. But, like, even getting clobbered by a bear, does it sound fun at all? Like, imagine they rip your torso off and they just leave you there and you just bleed out. That would
I
don't
want to imagine it, but now you're making me imagine it. So,
well, I think that's one of the worst ways. It's probably either by a bear or a crocodile. I just saw a freaking TikTok video of a crocodile like throwing around this deer, and it just rips off the leg and then just eats the leg. It's fucking wild, bro. I've never seen anything like it. It's like a dinosaur.
Oh my lord!
it's nature's just no joke.
Oh my god!
Oh man, getting bit by a spider too, I will not like.
Getting bit by anything, man. What are you talking about?
Or a snake. Yeah, anything freaking venomous. All right, just Kylie asks, favorite natural scenery. For example, snow, mountains, waterfalls, blah blah
blah. Can I pick two? Can I pick mountains and like waterfalls? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I could pick that, then yeah, something like that, like a very mountainy, very waterfall kind of within that, within a hike like that, if you will.
Okay. Yeah, I fell in love with snow-capped mountains, and that's why I moved out west. So.
Oh really? Yeah. You seem like you actually kind of enjoy a little bit of the colder weather.
I love snow-capped mountains. Now, I will say I never seen how Utah's a lot of Utah's terrain is very interesting because it's snow-capped mountains with like the red mixed with the green from the desert. It's really interesting. It's different. But I fell in love with mountains when I went to New Zealand. That's my thing. But how about like if it was top, would you just say mountains or waterfalls? Like, if there's waterfalls on good mountains, so I guess that's okay.
I would probably pick mountains over waterfalls because if you get closer to the larger waterfalls, you're not really seeing much, you know.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'd probably end up picking more mountains, for sure.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, next this question. I just read it. If I wanted to grow my own sagebrush, do you think horse feces would be an appropriate fertilizer?
I don't think that's a question for me. That feels like a question for you, buddy. That sounds like a.
You have to answer the question, though.
That's up to that's Jimmy's.
But you have to answer the question.
Can you answer the question first, and then?
All right, so if you want to grow your own sagebrush, yes, horse feces would be appropriate fertilizer. Also, your own feces would be appropriate. Any natural feces would be perfect, absolutely perfect. So, how about you?
Okay, so for those that don't know what a sagebrush is, for those listeners that don't, I feel like could you kind of elaborate on what
sagebrush is? A shrub. You'd have to Google it. I can't. It's found in semi-arid regions like Utah and the Great Basin area and out west in the United States. Also found in other countries too as well, but it's very prevalent out here. But it's a semi-arid shrub that grows in places that gets approximately around 13 inches to 17 inches of rain every year. So it's kind of like bordering desert, but it's not desert. If that makes the most sense. Anyway.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
that's like sagebrush. Yes.
That's a sagebrush. See, when I don't know why it's do that, but so I was thinking it was like an actual brush.
No.
I was thinking it's some kind of like like a wooden brush, and I'm just like, oh, these guys are like, what are they? Hold on. Like, are we growing? We're growing like a tree or something, and then chopping it down. But we need to use.
It's technically invasive
as fertilizer, and then like, okay.
It's technically an invasive type plant. The West could do without it. It would be better if there was grasslands. That doesn't really suck up the water that much. It really uses the water. But anyway, I'll just shut up. I would go on about sage. And also, real quick, fun fact: that sagebrush on that picture, bro. That sagebrush, and if you're out in the wilderness, that sagebrush is a good antimicrobial or I forget the exact words they use, but it's very good to clean your hands with. So you can rub it together and you can clean your hands.
So it's like a soap, maybe? Like
it's
cleansing.
It's perfect.
A good cleansing.
Correct.
Okay, all right. That's cool.
Yeah. So that's
I'm gonna agree with Jimmy here. I think horse feces would make for an appropriate fertilizer for these kinds of plants. These bushes, these sagebrush bushes. Yeah.
If humans didn't use toilet paper, all our feces and shit like that would be perfect fertilizer for like farms and stuff like that. It's crazy. Like instead of pesticides, like it would be perfect. Also, antibacterial. Yeah, darkly nighted got me on the right word with that. But anyway.
So would you say that some of that stuff could also be in your like sanitizers?
Yeah, natural hand sanitizer. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Cool. So if you're like if you're taking a crap out in the wilderness and there's sagebrush there, you want to use that. It'd be the best thing to use out in the wilderness.
Oh, so like early on during the pandemic, you know, when we were running out of sanitizer and all that shit, we could have just used our shit to make this sagebrush thing and create our own hand sanitizer.
Someone said, yeah. Someone said go to India. They use your human feces in their farms. I could see that. They should. There's nothing wrong with that.
According to you, what it's actually a good fertilizer. You said, right? So
yeah, it
makes sense.
It's natural for the most part, as long as they're not eating bullshit. But anyway, what is this question? Can you please request chat interaction on this one? What's worse, regret or guilt? Darkly Nighted asked that question. He put the time for some reason.
Is that Darkly Nighted?
Yeah, bro. Why'd you put the time?
I copied and pasted.
I was like, why did you put the time in there? Okay.
Yeah, no, I just copied and pasted
so
the entire thing.
He said regret or guilt. What's worse?
And he's okay. So they're asking for chat interaction on this one. I think this one is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Kylie asked that question.
Yeah, Darkly Nighted asked question 8, 9, and 10.
My bad, Kylie.
Yeah,
my bad.
Damn it, man! Stick with the program, buddy.
Oh no, I just saw Darkly Nighted right under the question. My
bad. Yeah. No.
Regret or guilt?
What is worst? Would you rather regret something or
guilty is part of regret though? Like you kind of feel guilty because you regret things. Never mind. I don't know. That's a hard one.
I'm gonna go. I feel like regret would probably be worse because regret always gives you the possibility, the like this could have been if I had done this kind of thing, as opposed to guilt being, I guess, after the fact,
Guilty. I would say regret too is worse. I agree with you.
Like the possibilities of what could be is something that I feel would be a worse feeling as opposed to kind of just going through guilt.
Right. Yeah, I could feel guilty about shit and be okay with it. I don't give a fuck. Personal regret is worse, much worse.
It really is. It really does. Yeah. It really does. It really does make a huge difference. Like, just imagine you had a dream and you kind of pushed it all aside, for so many years. And then, the time, of course, goes by because time doesn't stop. It just keeps going, right? And then all of a sudden, 10 years later, that dream did not come to fruition. Like, you're going to sit there and you're going to regret, making the other decision to actually follow that dream, right? And I feel like that wanes more heavily on somebody as opposed to guilt.
I agree.
Because of possibility, and I think that's the big thing. It's just because of possibility.
Yep, I'm 100% with you, man. 100%.
What does the chat say in regards to that?
A lot of people are agreeing.
They're agreeing to agreeing with regret. Okay. So
regret.
Rabble says regret. He attacked Earth. Oh, he's quoting Johnson there. Dear humanity, I regret coming to Earth, and I can't remember the entire thing. Do you remember the whole thing, Jimmy?
No.
This is it was in Halo 2. It was in Halo 2, like the second level when Cortana is just like, they just keep saying regret, and then Johnson is just like, he just goes on like, dear humanity, I regret coming to Earth, and like I regret this, and
damn, that was a good scene too.
It was a good scene. I can never seem to remember what he exactly says.
Yeah,
but I know exactly to what he's.
Someone pull that up and get what he says. I'm curious. While we go on to the next question.
Paige says, I think regret would be worst. Who else says regret would be worse in the chat?
I only saw one person. Oh no, who is that person? Fable, or Rabel? Just Rabel?
Rabble.
Rabble.
Rabble. Just Rabble. Yeah, he said.
Oh, he said regret. He attached it. My bad. All right. Well,
All right,
the next question is, where is one place you would go to live? What? Go to live all nature with nature?
Yeah, so
all
like
natural, all natural
all
with
natural
nature.
with
Okay.
nature.
What? What does that even mean?
Meaning, like,
no,
you know...
I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
I know what it means.
Here we go. Rabble said it. Dear humanity, we regret being alien bastards. We regret coming to Earth, and we most definitely regret that the Corp just blew our raggedy-ass fleet.
Yes!
Hoorah!
I can remember that.
Yeah, that's
funny.
Thank you,
Good
Rabble.
call on you.
Yeah.
Good call on that. Where would you go to live all natural with nature? I would... The forest would probably be the best bet. Only because you have more cover and all that. Desert would be really tough. Mountainous region, alpine environment is very tough. I think a middle ground with the forest. Or like farmland. How about you, RealMistry?
Farmland, huh?
Yeah. Like rolling hills or something like that. Like, how about you?
I don't know. I would try to go with... You said mountains is dangerous? Or,
Alpine environment is dangerous.
Oh, okay.
And I say alpine, like, meaning like if you're up in the mountains or high altitude, because a lot of the weather is just not good.
Right. Okay, I see what you mean. I mean, I would probably try to pick something along the lines of maybe a little bit of a mountain where you have like quite a bit more cover, I suppose, you know, from the sun and so on and so forth, and you got some caves and so on and all that stuff that you can kind of, you know, try to live all natural in, I suppose.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, I forgot about caves too.
Yeah, I figure yeah, mountains would have like those kinds of caves. And I've always liked like one of my favorite animals is a snow leopard. So like, you know, if I could make a pet, if I can make a pet snow leopard, you know,
I like that. Okay,
that'd be really cool. You know, a pet snow leopard in the mountains. You know,
I'm down with that. I can agree with that. That was one of my what was that? Zoo Tycoon. I used to play it. I used to get snow leopards all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I miss that game. The next question is interesting. What is the worst experience you had in nature? Oh God, I have a story, but you go ahead first, RealMistry.
Worst experience I've had in nature. Ooh, man, you already have a story?
Yeah, because I almost died.
Darn, man.
With my cousin.
I need some time to kind of think about something. I can't seem to think of anything.
All right, I'll tell you my story. First off, anyone that goes to Alaska, don't go during the wintertime or fall or spring because there is so much damn snow there, any more that I've ever seen in the world, and I've been in a lot of places. Okay? Mm-hmm. My cousin and I, Doug, a lot of people know Doug, DC Samaj is my cousin. We went to Alaska
together. Oh, he's your cousin? Oh, cool.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
I did not know. I thought he was your friend.
Oh, no, he's my cousin. We're very close.
Okay.
We did a hike, and it was like we got 17 miles in, okay? Mm-hmm. And we keep in mind, we got backpacks. I'm carrying my assault rifle. He's carrying a gun, just in case a moose or a bear comes out. So we were loaded with shit. And it's snowing and raining, bro. And it's so cold. And Doug, first off, he doesn't have the proper, like, wear. Like, he was just soaked, bro. He's, like, soaked. And he's freezing soaked. I have video of this, too. I'm soaked, but I'm trying to keep going. So we try to stop and make camp. We could not get a goddamn fire going. And Doug is really good with fire. Like, he's very good at getting that shit going. And I thought I would be too. We tried everything to get this fire going, and it was getting dark. And we're like, what do we do? Like, what the hell do we do? So we were going to decide to camp there. And we tried setting up camp, and everything was soaked, and it started pouring rain. It was just a disaster, the whole thing. So we were like, okay, we're going to call this. We're going to try to walk back to the car, which is like huge. Like, I don't know how many hours it was walking back. It was crazy how, like 8 hours or something. I don't know. It was long. But we had to walk back a treacherous, all our shit, bro, in this treacherous snow that was like above our knees. Like, and we were just trudging through this. And I felt like I was gonna die. And my cousin Doug, he he's behind me. He's like, dude, I can't do it. He's like, just leave. Oh, no. He's just like, leave me. Like he couldn't keep up, dude. It was I felt so bad. And I was struggling too, and I didn't give him shit for it. I'm like, bro, we gotta keep going. Like if we get stuck here, dude, we're done. We're dead. Like it was that bad, bro. It was the scariest shit I have ever experienced. Like, and we were both so soaked, and like, dude, it was really bad. And then we finally got back to the car and got back to the hotel, and taking a hot shower, bro, it was like it burned your skin. I can't explain it. Like burned your skin.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly.
And I could put out
lukewarm water. It could be like, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And then I can't really give details of this other part, but let me just put it this way: you could not see your. I can't say it. I'm not gonna say it, but anyway. It was just really bad, and we almost died. And after that night, we and Doug, like, that was like our bonding moment, I think, in life. Like, we were just, dude, it was. I never want to go through that experience ever again. That's our experience. But anyway, go ahead. You go on yours.
All right, I ended up thinking of one, and it's. I wouldn't say it's similar to yours, but it's. I guess want to say in a less severe environment than yours, I suppose. So when I was younger, we went on like one of those. We went on one of those like class field trips to like a place where we're supposed to learn about how GPSs work and so on and so forth. And this is like very early on, not the current GPS. I'm talking like the small little devices where you had to find coordinates and stuff like that kind of stuff. Right. I can't for the life of me remember what grade I was in at the time. But we had to go on this huge scavenger hunt in the winter using these GPSs, and because it was all snow and all that stuff, I ended up stepping inside like I want to say it was like a little bit of like a pothole kind of thing with water inside.
Oh
right?
God!
And it was cold, of course, right? Because it's like -20, -30. Outside. So my foot went in, and then it came out wet. That's how it was. It just went in and out wet, like right. So my boneless bum did not think like, oh, maybe we should go inside and dry up my feet, like and like As the day kind of progressed, I kept going, I kept walking, it kept getting colder, and it kept getting colder.
Oh my God.
We get to a point where we get inside, and of course I'm still thinking like it'll dry up slowly, I suppose. I never thought to go to the washroom and maybe use the air dryer or something, like that was like I never did that. Like we ended up staying in there for about, let's say, a half an hour, and then we ended up having to leave. So we left, we came back to school, end of the day. And of course, my foot is still wet the entire time, so it's it's going warm to cold and warm to cold again, kind of thing, based on the temperature of the room. And then what ended up happening for me was I ended up having to go pick up my sister from school, and I have an hour's wait, kind of thing, and I can't go inside the school. I have to stay outside the school. So for another hour longer, again with like a frozen foot or a wet foot outside, in the snow, I was there, with this foot that's wet. It just keeps getting colder. All right, and I waited for an hour for my sister to, for the bell to ring and my sister to finally come out. But my sister took like 45 minutes to get out of the place because she got in trouble by the teacher or something like that. So I ended up staying outside there for like an hour and 45 minutes. And there's a half an hour walk home, all still with this like frozen foot. And then I finally got home, and like my mom was just like, why is that foot, like that foot specifically, why is that like super hard and super cold and super crusty, and the other one's completely fine? And I was just like, I stepped in.
Dude, that's the worst, bro.
I stepped in something, and she's like, "We gotta get you upstairs. We gotta get you, like, warm up the foot." And that same feeling you're describing is literally what I was going through. Like, she tried to put on like some room temperature ish water, and like just that was like that. It was burning. That's all it was. Yeah. It was burning the entire.
I know, it's terrible. It was
terrible. Yeah, it was definitely a terrible feeling. But yeah, no, that's probably my worst experience that I can think of with nature. It was.
I want to tell this part of my story so bad because I have to relate that. It's just too. It's too. I don't know. I'll shut up. Sorry. All right, I'll just say, right. Dude, and this is for the gentleman in the chat. I don't know who's still there. It was so cold, and I went through so much shit. Me and my cousin, we could not see our shit. Okay, I couldn't see it.
You couldn't see it. Okay, because it was.
It was gone.
It was.
I was freaked the fuck out.
Oh no!
My cousin was screaming. He's like, no. I don't know where it's at.
Oh,
it's gone.
Okay.
It was the scariest moment in my life.
No, Rabble, he's talking about something very different.
I'm talking about the
other side.
Yeah. Dude,
he's not talking about poop. He's talking about the other side.
It didn't just go inside. It went inside the body.
Oh my god!
It was like I had a vagina.
Oh god! No. Shovel! Give me the shovel! Pineapple! Somebody help me here! Pineapple!
It was the craziest thing I ever witnessed. I'm like, this is how bad it was. I never had that happen before ever. I thought I was never gonna have kids again. It was like I'm done.
Oh my god. All right, can I take the shovel out of your hands now? Can we move on to the next question, please?
Yeah, let's go on to the next one. Sorry, I just felt like that had to be said.
Oh my lord! When you mentioned it the first time, I never even thought about that. And then when you started mentioning it, I was like, "Oh
no!" I wish my cousin was in the chat because he can be witness to that. Dude,
oh,
I've never seen my cousin so freaked out. By the way, but anyway, all right. What is the place or one thing that sticks in your mind when someone asks the most beautiful place on earth?
I would probably. Okay, wait. Does it have to be some place that we'd have to have visited, kind of thing, or?
No. Most beautiful place when someone asks.
I would think something along the lines of definitely like the mountains in like Alberta and all of that stuff. I feel like all my answers are all mountains.
It's all Canadian.
Yeah, it's all Canadian. You know.
No, it's beautiful up there, bro.
Yeah, definitely something like that for sure. It's such a sight. It's such a sight to see, for sure.
For me, it's Mount Cook. I can't pronounce this. Mount Cook National Park in New Zealand. Most breathtaking place I've ever been to in my life, and I'm getting goosebumps right now.
That's one of the places they were filming Lord of the Rings in, right? Or no?
Yeah, one of the scenes where they're, when they light the beacons.
Oh, when all of the beacons in the mountains were being lit.
Yeah, that's
to send the signal. Yeah.
Most beautiful national park. I went on a really good time too. I did a helicopter ride up in the top of the mountains, but it was just unreal. I never seen anything like it. I was just in awe. I couldn't even I just sat there. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this exists. I can't believe this exists. So
did you? Yeah. Well, so in that moment, were you sitting there? You're just like, oh my god, I remember this exact area from the movie and then all that stuff.
100%, bro. And there was more to it that I'd never even seen. And I'm just like, this is incredible. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I went, and to anybody that wants to go there, go in spring or fall when it's not too snowy, but the snow's not gone yet either. That way you can see the snow-capped mountains and then get the feel for it too as well. So, dude, it's just insane. Mount Cook National Park in New Zealand. Just look it up. Pictures. It's just absolutely incredible.
Yeah. The closest place I can think of. I mean, not anything that's like that, but one of the places that I definitely would like to visit more often is a place called Tobermory. And it's got this very park feel. You got very crystal clear, kind of very blue waters.
What
and stuff like
was
that.
it called?
Tobermory. I can't say it.
How do you spell it?
TOB. Is it OME?
TOBOME. I'm sorry. I'm really interested.
Tobermory.
Scotland.
It would be in Ontario, but okay.
Oh, there's a Tobermory in Scotland too.
Oh, is there?
Ontario one.
Here, let me switch over to.
Is this Blue Waters? Is that the one?
Yeah, like this kind of like the.
Ah, okay. Ooh.
Yeah, very.
Where's that? Is that near you?
It's quite a few hours away from me, but yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Well, that looks cool. It's like a little landmark.
Mm-hmm. But
real quick, while you have that Google Mount Cook National Park.
Mount what?
Mount Cook. Fun fact, Mount Cook National Park was used by the first person who climbed Mount Everest as a practice. I forget the guy's name who climbed
Dude, this
Mount
place
Everest
looks
first,
like
bro.
a freaking like one of those like iPhone wallpapers, man.
No, dude, it's insane.
Hold on. There you go. I feel like I've seen that on like yeah, this would be amazing to see in real life.
Yeah, there's glaciers and shit there too.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
That's cool.
That one picture with the road, that's like
this one right here?
Yeah, it's all similar. There's only one drive there, and it's actually filmed.
This looks cool. This looks cool.
Like
pun
the glacier,
entirely
glacier
intended.
water is insane. Yeah. Glacier water is insane, man.
You now make me want to actually go visit New Zealand now.
Go, bro. Do it.
Shit. One of the places I think this was one of the questions last week, but one of the places I've always wanted to go to was Iceland. I wanted to see what it's like over there in Iceland. Have you been there?
On the list. No, it's on the list for me.
I feel like that would be like a really really cool place.
A Corey National. I forgot to spell that shit. All right, next question. Sorry, we could talk about that forever. Game Warrior asked, "What do you think of the new event? Would you rather colonize Mars or the Moon?" What does it mean by what do you think of the new event? Would you rather?
I mean, I'm going to assume he's thinking of like the Tactical Slayer event that we talked about earlier in the podcast.
Oh, okay.
I think it's all right.
How about you? Would you rather colonize the Mars or Moon? I'm sorry. What do you think of the new event? I don't know anything about it, so you can answer that one.
Yeah, I think I mean like Tactical Slayer is not the typical gameplay that I particularly enjoy, but you know I'll play it every once in a while, of course. I was looking at some of the stuff. None of it really genuinely kind of interested me too much in regards to what the unlocks were. I think one of the armor shader colors was kind of cool, but that's about it. That's all I can kind of say. But not something that does pique my interest in particular.
Okay.
In regards to colonizing Mars or the Moon, wouldn't Mars be too cold?
Well, I'm gonna assume that that we can like live on the planet, but maybe in like a biosphere or something like that.
Sure.
Like they found a way to like maybe to convert it back, like similar to Earth or something.
I would love to make the terrible joke of, look, I'm mooning on the moon, you know?
Dude, the moon would be cool, like seeing Earth, like living up there and it's just seeing Earth every day instead of the moon. Like that'd be wild.
That would
be. We never think about that, bro. Like we sit on Earth and we see the moon every day. Like we're just so used to it.
Right.
You can imagine like another planet or a binary star system where people live on the planet and they see 2 suns or like 9 moons out in the sky. Like what the hell? Like, that would be sick. But in terms of colonizing, I would rather colonize Mars because it's another planet, and it would like if I brought my family there, it would be the first ones. And like I want my kids born there, so on their passport it would say like planet of origin, just Mars. You know what I mean?
Mars. What, like the chocolate bar?
That'd be cool though. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would definitely be cool. Yeah, colonizing Mars sounds like a really good thing.
All right. next question's trivia.
Rabble says the moon's temperatures are more extreme than Mars due to the lack of atmosphere. I guess that would make sense too, but yeah. So Rabble sends off some trivia questions every once in a while. I wasn't able to copy and paste the answer to you because it was one of those spoiler tag answers. So if you want to ask the question and we can try to answer the question and then I'll give you what the answer is, we can do that.
What is the maximum amount of characters that a user can set their username to on Xbox? Well,
Shoot,
I never knew that one.
I don't know.
It can't be that many.
I want to say 14. Let's say 14.
I'm gonna say 15.
Okay, 14 or 15. There's definitely more to the question. Oh, I see.
12 characters. I didn't even see that part. So 12 characters. It used to be 15 characters, but decided to limit users to 12 characters, and in the event of two people you choosing the same name, just add random numbers to the end of it. Oh, I didn't know that did that way.
Cool.
That way, 999 people can be the same variation of Master Chief with the underscore.
Oh, did I? Oh, I guess I did send you the answer, and it was okay.
That's interesting.
I didn't realize I sent you the answer. I never ended up actually reading it.
I only see one question here, so if you have another one, go for it.
No, that would be it. The other question was I think it was like no specific Halo trivia tonight, as I'm saving up all my new Halo trivia questions for the trivia night put on by Silly Goose Nessa and Just Kylie. And then the question would be like, that's still happening, right, guys?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not 100% certain what's going on in that department. I feel like that is a question that would be asked to Trax, and I'm sure we can probably see if we could try to find a way to make that happen. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet, man. That's all we got.
Is that all we got?
Yeah.
We filled up the time?
I had fun with that. That was fun.
You had fun with that? You missed it. You missed it, man.
I'm glad that people...
Go on.
Go ahead. Yeah, you could.
I was going to say, we missed having you be the guy that was asking the question.
I know. I enjoyed this a lot.
I had to inadvertently take that over from you, unfortunately.
No, it's okay. This was fun.
It felt weird for a little while at first, and then as we got a new format, I started getting a little bit more comfortable with it.
Okay.
I was like, I'm taking away. I always felt like I was taking away Jimmy's job, something that Jimmy liked to do.
You're all good, bro. I love you. You're a good man. I'm happy you are doing this with Trax still.
Yay! I am too. We all happy.
I wish I could do it. I just can't talk about Halo all the time.
Well, hey, you know what? Maybe you can get that other one set up. The one where you can just talk about, random shenanigans. Maybe you could just be like, I don't know, like maybe that's the podcast episode, the title there, just like, random shenanigans with Jimmy and Trax or something, like.
I'm down with that. we had an original episode. It was called Daddy and the Fatty. So.
Oh, but that doesn't apply. You're not fat.
But my old username was Widest Jim. That's how he got it. He always used to make fun of me for that.
Oh.
Which to give him credit, it was kind of a funny story how I got the name, but he always bust on me for that.
Oh, that's funny.
Bust on me.
Can't bust on you tonight, sir. Oh, that sounds weird. I took that back.
Oh my god. So do you guys do anything else now to end it?
We basically, now that we're done the listener questions, now we end it. And he's so good at ending it, I don't know how I would end it. I don't know of a way I should end it. But, what do you got?
Yeah. No, I was just going to say, I appreciate everybody listening and having me back. I really do. This was a lot of fun. I hope I could do it again at some point.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, we look forward to having, of course, look forward to having you on at some point again,
Yeah. This was fun. I needed it. Definitely needed it after this crazy month.
I mean, yeah, no kidding. Like again, when you jumped into this call, like this Zencaster session over here, you were very, very excited, and you were definitely looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss talking to you. I was talking to Trax too. I know, but it was fun. I don't know. I had a lot of fun with this. I mean, everybody in live chat, all the ladies and the gentlemen. So, I'm trying to think. I don't really have much more to say, man.
All right.
More to say.
All right. I mean, I would say plug maybe. We usually plug social media. So, did you want to maybe plug social media?
So, yeah, I plug my TikTok at Jimmy Cloman. I haven't put up much lately, but in spring, I'm hopefully planning, nothing more crazy bullshit happens, but I'm planning to start the Regenerative Ranch, specifically regenerative, which is part of my nonprofit. But I'll tell more people about that when I actually start posting more videos. But I'm actually going to, aside from the TikTok, I'm going to have more long-form content on YouTube to show people how to build a rain harvesting system, how to build a solar array, and all that fun stuff. So there's a lot in store. I just have to save a little bit more money and get it going. Hopefully no more crazy stuff happens. So that's where I'm at on that Jimmy Cloman. And then my YouTube I'll announce down the line, but it's going to be under my nonprofit's name. So, and I think that's all. How about you, man?
That's everything?
That's everything.
That's everything you're working on? You got any other social medias?
I don't work on ladies anymore because they just fucking screw me over. So.
Oh man. Okay, that segment's for like the after podcast segment of this show, right? Like that's after the fact. Is that what's going on here? Okay.
Let's just put it this way. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Put it the way you want to put it, and then I'll.
People are good people. There's a lot of good women out there. They're great and everything, but I can't. Never mind.
You gotta give them a hook for them to just be looking forward to the next episode where Jimmy Cloman's in. Come on,
women, figure out what the hell you want and don't be afraid to put out there what you want and what you don't want. That's all I have to say. Okay.
I feel like yeah. I guess communicating it's definitely very important. Communicating is definitely very important,
and not completely ghosting somebody because of a situation or something personal. Like when you're ghosting somebody, you're ghosting another human being with feelings. So I don't know. Anyway, and that goes with multiple people.
Right.
Anyone specifically.
It's not even like a women specific thing. It's also a men thing too. Like
men do it too.
I think we have to just overall have to kind of be a little bit more open and communicate.
Right. Everybody should communicate more on all levels, even if you're afraid to say it. That's all.
There are tough conversations to have out there.
And I apologize. I know there's ladies in the chat, and they're all getting all pissy in their panties right now. I'm only saying that because I'm a guy. I understand there's guys that ghost. Okay, that's fair. I get it. We all want a little, you know what I mean? But I would just, from my point of view and my perspective, I'm just putting it out there. That's all. You know?
All right, I'm starting to feel like I got to pull the shovel out of your hands, man. Starting to feel like I have to pull the shovel out of your hands.
Yeah, go.
You're just gonna keep digging. Okay. We have to plug the community play date. So we got ourselves the community game night that's coming up this Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's gonna be hosted by the one, the only, the queen, Just Kylie. She's gonna do a throwback Halo 2 and Halo 3 game nights. Right? Yes. Jimmy, I can see the gears grinding. Jimmy, the gears are grinding.
Oh yeah. But it's in terms of the previous subject, so we can't really talk about it.
Oh my lord!
These are jumping down my throat. It had nothing to do with anybody in the chat. This has nothing to do with anybody in this fucking chat right now. I don't know why people are even thinking that. Oh my god. This is my personal life, and I'm being vulnerable with you guys, and you're just taking me down. You're taking me down.
No one's taking you down at all.
Yeah, they're taking me down. Look at them. Look at them. Look how ravageful they are. Look how
Oh, I see where you're coming. You know what? Yeah, we'll have this chat after the podcast. How about that? Like, it sounds like
we have feelings too, ladies.
It sounds like a great way to plug the live stream here. So then, you know, folks that are listening via podcast would be like, hey, maybe we should check out the live stream for those extra conversations after the fact, which would be what?
Yeah,
Twitch.tv/Red Spartan Podcast.
I honestly would do a whole podcast on relationships and all that shit. So anyway, that's a whole different thing. But I appreciate you putting that out there.
Jimmy's Relationships Guide podcast or something like that, right? Yeah. Oh my lord. For those of you that are interested, you guys can see like you guys can catch like the videos of the podcast itself on the Twitch channel and also the YouTube channel, which will be linked in the description. And we also do have a Discord. You can go ahead and follow Discord. That will also be put into the description section as well. What else do I have to plug in? I could plug in myself, I suppose. You can catch me tomorrow. I'll be playing some Dungeons and Dragons. We're continuing our Curse of Strahd run on twitch.tv/RealMistry. The Dungeon Masters had kind of given me a heads up as to saying that tomorrow's episode or tomorrow's session will be kind of intense, so to speak. We even last week even set up a backup character for me, and that was a bunch of fun setting that up. So that was really cool.
I want to make a final shout out again to Mr. DaddyTrax. Just letting him know that we all love him to death, and I'm looking forward to playing again with him and listening to the podcast or on the live stream at least. So I just want to put that out there.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, Jimmy.
Listen, I don't know when I'll be on this podcast again. I gotta put it all out there. All right.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I was gonna say, Jimmy, thank you so much for coming in and being part of the podcast. Last minute, especially, it was we had to kind of like scramble to kind of get you on, make sure you're all set up with your microphone, and thanks to Kylie for helping set that up.
You're absolutely
our queen
welcome.
Over here.
This was my pleasure too as well.
It's always great having you on the podcast for sure. You're OG, so you're always welcome, of course.
Thank you.
And thank you the community for coming by and of course helping out with this podcast. There was a lot of help from the community members being very supportive about me having to be the man soloing or like the man main hosting, which is usually something that Trax ends up doing.
Hey, you did a good job, bro.
He'll
be proud of you.
I tried. And so I'm going to wrap it up by saying for Jimmy and for RealMistry, that wraps up episode 70 of the Red Spartan Halo podcast, and we'll catch you guys next week with the return maybe of DaddyTrax, or maybe I'll just be still in my reign of supreme over here.
Much love, everybody.
Okay, well, they say cue the music. This is the music. This is the Pokemon music. Do you hear the Pokemon music?
Oh my god.
Do you hear it? Come on,
I wonder who picked this.
Tell me you don't think Pokemon Center. Tell me you don't think Pokemon Center.
Yes, I do.
See? Trax? See? Pokemon Center music!
Did Trax pick this?
Yes. Trax sent me he sent me a couple of songs, and then he ended up being like a major contributing factor. All right, guys. Thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for listening. I will catch you guys next week.
Much love, everybody.
Goodbye.
Peace.
Okay, that wraps it up. It's done. It's over. Episode 70 in the bag. Well, it's not in the bag yet, but like, yeah, it's in the bag.
That was fun, bro. That was really fun.
Oh, everyone's like, music! Cue the music, damn it! Cue the music! We want to get to this other conversation.
What other conversation? What are we talking about?
I don't know what they're talking about either. They just keep yelling and screaming. Kylie's like, Trax will fire me. Okay, all right. No, he won't.
That was fun, bro. we should just I'm gonna ask Trax to step down.
Oh my god!
I'm joking.
Or you could just join us again on the podcast.
Yeah, no, that was fun.
If you have some time. I'm sure Trax will probably happily have you on at some point, or at any point.
Yeah.
Assuming you're willing to talk Halo, I think that might be the one deciding factor.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. You figure it out, bruh.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like you liked this topic for at least the flood in general, right? That main topic.
Oh yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah, it seems like you.
I love zombie shit. I love the flood aspect of Halo.
Funnily enough, I did not see that one coming, actually.
Oh, really?
I did not know that you're a huge zombies fan, so I guess
dude.
it was just a huge coincidence that it just so happened to be a very flood-centric episode. So,
dude, one of my TikTok videos got 4.3 million views about zombies.
Oh, really? That's
yeah,
cool.
It did well. It had to deal with Resident Evil, but dude, definitely watch 28 Weeks Later.
Yeah, I'll have to put that on the list.
It's a little freaky movie though, so maybe watch it with somebody else.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a little scary.
Oh, okay. I mean, sure. Okay. I think there might be a little bit of a watch party. Maybe I can join in on that watch party over there.
Ladies, I'm not giving up my secrets.
Just maybe if I can hold on to Nessa while these scary things are happening, I will do that.
That was a good episode.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. I'm loving it.
Oh, is it girls? Oh, I apologize. That's fine. No worries. If it's girls' night, then I'll let it be girls' night. I did not know that. I thought it was a
What are you, sexist? You
night.
got sexist? Let us join.
No, we do have girls' night, and I guess I totally forgot to mention that. Oh shit! I forgot to plug girls' night, ladies' night.
It's ladies' night. It's
Oh,
a good song.
Oh man. Oh well. All right. Maybe I could splice it in somehow later. Just do this terrible like edit in there. Just be like, oh yeah, don't forget about ladies' night. It happens every other week.
I'm really hungry. I didn't eat dinner, so I think I'm gonna peace.
All right, good sir. No worries.
If you ladies want to message me about my shenanigans, feel free to do so. I'm going to be getting a little elevated and eating. So everybody have a good night. And RealMistry, it was a pleasure.
Dude, it was fun talking to you. I feel like we need to talk more often. I feel so bad for not talking to you in a while. I know things have been kind of rough, so
you're good, bro.
I should probably reach out more often to you.
You're all good, man. It's all good. I have no expectations.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you a message separate from that one chat that we have with Trax. Okay. Probably because we have the one chat with us with just the three of us, right? So
yeah, you're good.
I don't want to spam Trax's phone. I'll just spam your phone.
Maybe we'll get together one night. If I can get zombie mode, I think I figure out because you don't have PC, right?
Yeah, no, I don't have zombies on PC.
All right. Yeah, the only issue is
you don't have Xbox, and there's no crossplay, right? So
I haven't fucking buy Xbox again. God.
We could talk to Nessa and see if Nessa would be interested. I know she's a big zombies fan too, so
all right.
Maybe we can get we can get one more as well.
We could get 4, right?
Yeah, you can have up to 4 people.
I would love to play zombies.
Unfortunately, I think we did try to do like Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2 zombies before, but we couldn't get like a lobby up and running, unfortunately. So It might be Black Ops 3 zombies that we might have to end up playing or something. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Okay. All right, man. Well, I'll see you guys. Keep in contact. Ladies. I love you, ladies. Just to let you know that. All right, RealMistry. It was a pleasure.
All right.
Damn, it's tractors $1,500. I'm looking at tractors right now. I'm buying a tractor, I think. And this thing's $1,500. There's no way. But anyway, all right. I'm out.
All right, bye.
Bye, brah. Wait, how do I exit out of this?
You just hit exit.
Oh, there you go. Cool.
There you go. You got it.
Thanks, man. I'll see you.
Goodbye.
Bye, ladies. I said bye, Kylie. Get the hell out of here.
Okay. All right, folks. Thank you all so much for stopping by. episode number 70. Oh, I realize right now. Wow, why didn't that go through? That's weird. Has it said episode 69 this entire time? What is serial narrative content? Has it said that this entire time? Oh, God, I didn't realize that. Poopy. I changed it on my end. Ah, that's okay. Wait, what? Hold on. Nessa says yes, and Ravel says no. Yeah, the screen says episode 70 and the whole flood-centric horror game. So I guess that, yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know why it didn't update. I had it set up to say number 70 dash featuring Jimmy Clo, a flood-centric horror game in the works. And I thought it updated, but I guess it didn't. My apologies. Mistakes were bound to happen. But yeah, honestly, thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for being like super supportive about you know, just me being like the solo host, or like the main host. I know Trax is usually the main host. And that's he kind of carries the torch in regards to that. And a big thanks to, like, you know, Kylie, Nessa, and also and everybody else that was kind of, you know, helping me out and trying to get this all set up properly. Look forward to catching Trax next week on the next episode for sure. But yeah, if anybody's available, as I kind of do get the podcast up ready to load on Anchor, I could probably play a couple of games of Halo. If anybody's interested, let me know. I will catch you guys next week. Okay, bye.